Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Millennial Tavern. Happy to be back here. It is another wonderful week. You might notice we are one man down. So David actually is out on work right now. So he is slaving away at a bar. Sorry, no, he's working his very, very hardest somewhere else in the United States right now. I forgot that's how people work, right? Right, David? But all to say, I am very happy to be back here. Even though we only have 4 of our players, we are still going to be carrying on. There's going to be a couple minor changes to where we left off, but nothing we can't manage. Basically, so we end up having Reginald there at the end. He was walking off with Scorn. Well, we're going to go ahead and roleplay that a little bit, and I'll be playing yours truly, who will be playing Scorn. So we'll try our best to imitate and mock David.
So, you should just be very confrontational.
Guys.
Very confrontational and very upsetting.
Like, hey, why don't you like what I like?
Yeah.
I mean, what's your fucking problem?
We aren't on the same page. That's your problem.
Sorry that you reacted very poorly.
Sounds like a you problem.
There are 99 problems here, and you're 99 of them. So, I love you, David. All to say, we are going to be going back at it. So actually, let's go ahead and get a minor recap as to what happened here over the course of this last session and a half. We'll do a little bit of the session. Let's go a little bit before that. So you guys were at the docks, basically. After a little bit of a turning on the city, I'd say, probably.
Slaughter.
Mm-hmm. Some might refer to it as that.
Yeah.
The people who there probably refer to it as the greatest thing that's ever happened in the city's history, but some people outside the city.
Or one of the only things that happened in the city's history.
Yeah. Besides some other things, but yes.
The only thing that ever will happen in the city's history.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So go ahead, Oscar. Start giving glue, my no.
All right, so on our trip from the other little town, we have recruited our little friend. Recruited is a nicer terms. Bojangles, our festive little goblin, is our Boblin the Goblin of the group.
Yes.
We had
not a slave, even though slavery is legal.
No.
He's not a slave.
Not
he is
slave.
being held.
He could
he's
have
just
left
a prisoner.
anytime he wanted.
Yep, he could have left any time he felt like he was faster than Edard.
yes.
Anytime he felt like he could outrun Edard, it was free
fine
game.
by us.
But carry on.
So while we were on this ferry, we decided to have a team meeting where we discussed, the party's future endeavors, really just set future goals for us. We all decided that we were going to go to Shadowstone, and more importantly, specifically to the library of Shadowstone, to learn more, see if we can learn more just about the Empire, the Illithid, as well as just more of what's going on with ourselves and everything around us. While on the ferry, we got attacked by not just one, but 2 Hydra. Hydras? Hydri.
Don't think that's correct.
So it was very door opening for us that fight.
That's the way to put it.
Many doors were open, many doors were closed during that fight.
Some were.
Some were broken down.
Some were broken down.
3 of 4 were broken.
Some were broken.
Some were almost breached, but were immediately distracted by the giant barbarian opening a door and yelling in his face.
Yep. Have also here Arthur fired a spicy meatball at the Hydra, killed it. We were able to save and fix the ship because the ship was going down at one point, but Arthur and I, we got it. We were good. And we finally arrived at Shadowstone. And as we were pulling into the harbor, we saw this very large and very elegant building towards the north part of the city. Very stood out. Wicked huge.
Wicked huge.
Very elegant.
Wicked huge.
We sort of didn't have, but we saw it.
It's huge.
There's a boat in that car
Once arriving.
It's not park, actually. It's not park.
Once we arrived to the harbor, we went into that first building that we saw, and that is the inn, which is the dock Dirt's Ales, and we started talking to that blighted bartender. Don't know if we got his name, but that's what I put him. Blighted bartender.
Blinded.
Blighted.
Blighted. Okay.
Blighted.
Blighted bartender. I don't think you guys did ask for his name, but
He didn't because he's nasty.
Yeah, he's kind of gross.
it's icky.
He's got the ick.
Oh, he's got it.
He's got the ick.
Oh, yeah, he gave me the
Yeah.
Ew.
We had a little chat of who was going to venture forward into the city, who was going to be staying behind and get accommodations for the night. It turns out that Eddard, Elena, and was it Bojane, Goes, and Arthur were going to stay back, and I was going to go with Scorn into the city to try and get us papers into the city. Because we found out that it's got a little bit more difficult.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. Is there anything else anyone wants to add in?
That ship almost fucking fell over. For
Oh,
real.
yeah.
Whole mast came off the ship.
Yeah.
Almost. We're like,
There's a tree on it.
Yeah, well, that's the mast.
yeah, with a barrel.
Yep. Which they are trying to repair the rest of it because it is in
That's
very
why
bad shape.
there's a barrel there because it's
The broken parts.
It's a little stub.
Little
Yeah.
basket that they're in.
Little
Yeah.
nub.
It's not.
it's all the parts that they're using to replace it.
Yes,
They all
the
fit
parts.
inside that barrel.
It's a magical barrel. A barrel of holding one might
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
But all to say, so we'll go ahead and pick up
I
there.
just want a bag of holding.
So as the party end up finally getting to the outside docks of Shadowstone, you end up actually coming up into this area where you end up seeing a building off to the side. It looks like a tavern. As you end up kind of looking through, you see trees going across. But you see this wall that actually follows all the way across the tree. It stands and it's probably about like 50 feet tall or so, where you end up seeing what look like some guards even just walking around on it. It looks like it actually comes all the way up to and meets the water. You end up looking off to the side. You can see a little bit of that mansion or something like that. You end up kind of crossing on the way in that massive, massive building. You see a little bit of that from where you actually landed. When you went into the tavern there, you end up getting a couple rooms. This place is extremely cheap in comparison to what you'd expect for the city of Shadowstone. But a couple of you end up getting rooms, and Reginald and Scorn were actually on their way out trying to go find whatever they could and potentially get some papers for the entirety of the group. As that ends up happening, you're going to end up actually having, as you walk out the door with Scorn, you're going to end up having Arthur kind of running up behind you, and you're also going to have Cynthia running up as well. Cynthia's going to end up saying, I just want you to know, I should still have valid papers for the city. So I should have my. So the Lord actually granted me, I believe it was nobility papers or diamond papers. I can't remember, but
You have nobility papers?
Platinum Member Express Plus?
American Express card holder.
On my Platinum Express.
My Amex
But I can't remember exactly what the papers were. I'd have to refile for them. I could come with you if you'd like, and it might help speed up the process a little bit. And I know, Scorn, you actually you know a little bit more about this place than I do, and I do worry for your safety a little bit, Scorn. Why is that? Well, no offense to you, but you're not dressed much like a commoner. If you go walking through the Blighted Districts, chances are you'll get jumped, mugged, shot. I can handle myself. Arthur? Well, that might be the case. I think it might be better if you don't, for the moment. With the war and everything going on, I'm not sure it'd be best if you're going out and doing it. That just sounds like a fucking terrible idea.
Is this still in the tavern, or where are we?
This is like right inside the doorway of the tavern, basically.
Inside the door. Okay. Never mind. Continue.
Alright, fine. I was supposed to be waiting here for my brother anyways. Fuck it. Alright. You see him just kind of turn around, just walk inside the tavern. As he starts walking by, he's like, Arthur, I'm staying in your room. And he was going to go into the upstairs area and just grab a room and stay in
That's why. Well, Cynthia, if you have a nobility or diamond level membership express entrance express pass to the city, then sure.
She was saying Porfino.
I remember, so normally members of the Lord and his court end up having at least nobility, if not, then the diamond passes into the city. But if I'd have to file for the papers again. I don't remember what the turnaround is on that, but at least if I go up there, I can file for the paperwork. And they're familiar with me. I've come here with the Lord on several occasions.
Would it be any possible way that you could try to get papers for everyone else? Could you probably try to convince them and maybe saying that we're your, I don't know, escorting party because of what happened? Your entourage?
It's not impossible, I suppose. Maybe we go. Maybe we go upstairs and we talk with your friends and we could discuss this a little more privately.
I agree.
Sure.
Let's go. I go upstairs.
Okay. I'm assuming the two of you are already upstairs in the room, so they're probably gonna knock on the door as
Yeah.
they're walking by.
Whose door are you knocking on?
Which one?
Sharing rooms.
Both doors. They're just
Whoever
silent.
answers the door first.
They're across the hall from each other, so.
I mean, it doesn't have to be one person doing the
Who's
knocking.
the first door on the
It's
left?
very
Who would
important.
stand the first door on the left?
Can I roll sleight of hand for door knocking?
It's gonna be a deck save. All right, but so you end up knocking on both the doors.
Okay. All right. You come here. Let's go into this room. All of us.
What? Why?
Well, we're gonna discuss how we're gonna get into the city. So it's kind of important how we should all discuss this.
I thought you and Storm were already on this.
Cynthia's advising that we all discuss this in a
Potential
private
change of plans with an additional solution.
What do you say?
Why not?
Okay, so as I was mentioning to them, I actually, being a part of the Lord and his court, I should still have active papers to go into the city. Now, that being the case, they're probably nobility papers or diamond papers. One of the two, but I believe the permissions are about the same. I've never paid all that much attention. The Lord's men normally end up taking care of this for me, but the big thing to bear in mind is as we're actually going in there, as long as I file for the papers again and they are still active, I should be able to get them. Now, you had an interesting idea. You can't.
Well, I proposed the idea that Cynthia would be the main one that's visiting the city, and I asked her if it would be possible if she could create papers for us, almost as if we're her entourage or her escorting party to the city, seeing as the Lord sent us as her protectors.
Seems possible. She's from Pike. That's where we were.
So that could be the case. If we do that though, so the reason I wanted to come upstairs and talk about it is because if you remember, with some of those things that you were discussing, the papers from the keep about meetings. And sorry, am I the only one who remembers this?
No, I think we missed that window, didn't we?
Yes, and that's a good point. But my point is that window might prove problematic. If all of a sudden I'm coming up through here and I'm filing for a bunch of paperwork to get escorts of mine into the city, let's just say that I think you mentioned it earlier that the guards they aren't the Lord's men, they're their own group, Scaled Legion. If they just go directly to the Lord's men and if the Lord happens to be here, they might just come over here and snatch me themselves.
It might raise suspicion
It
if
might.
that window.
And that's
did
assuming
expire.
that's assuming that they're still here. But I don't know. I mean, when was that meeting supposed to take place?
Well,
I have no recollection.
it was supposed to be a week, I believe, after the Siege of Pike. And
How long has it been?
it's been just over a week. I want to say 8 or 9 days. Missed by a couple. But it is, of course, a secret meeting. Secret.
Well, I feel like if it's a secret meeting, then these secret people like to be very punctual. Okay.
Also, if we go out and go on a limb and fully commit that we are part of the Lord's Court in some fashion, that could put a target on our backs more than anything.
That is a point. On the contrary, just playing devil's advocate for the moment. If we did go down this path, then potentially it could be an in to the Lord and his men. They might reward you. Yeah, they could reward you. I mean, if the Lord's always been very generous with bounty hunters. If or was it?
We don't even know
Did
what happened to the Lord
this is true? But
or
did,
his forces.
wasn't the bad terms between the IRS and the Lord? I remember you mentioning at one point something about that.
Which will upset the Lord. He did throw you in prison.
Well, it's kind of.
The Lord, like her Lord, threw you guys in
No,
his
it's me.
prison. You guys in the prison, in his prison.
Semantics, really.
I could be misremembering it. I would have sworn that was part of.
I don't think that.
But it could favor well if you did protect me and save me and get me all the way over here. That might bow in your favor.
It may or may not.
It's a gamble for sure.
That's assuming the Lord's even around.
This is true. Well, and the Lord's men are still around. You don't know.
What's this Lord like? Is
He's a prick.
Well,
Pretty terrible.
I wouldn't go that far. He's very harsh, but he's very just and
Well-
nothing but kind.
He did raise a city out of nothing. That is how Pike started.
And
Well-
he did raise this entire empire of the Freelands and maintains control. One of the real only strongholds outside of the Elven Forest that stands in solidarity against the Imperial reigns.
very knowledgeable and powerful man. Who we're dealing with.
Influential as well, I'd
And-
say.
I would assume
Extremely,
so as
extremely
well.
charismatic.
Did you say handsome too?
What?
Would you say handsome? And he's bulging muscles and all these other
It's,
great
um,
qualities.
he's very.
I think that answers that. Well, I think there are risks, no matter which path we choose. Whether that's try to hope for a better set of papers for each of us, if we go under the guise of being somehow members of the Lord's Court in some fashion. Or we hope to get just anything we can, common access, without necessarily mentioning the Lord. But I do believe that the easiest story to sell would be Cynthia and us being her entourage.
Right, but
path of least resistance, potentially. And perhaps that will even maybe get us some better connection into other parts of the city that we wouldn't be able to get to.
well, okay. So here's the thing as well. This is for trying to get legit papers. Who's to say we could get forged up for us?
It's, well, we'd need a damn good replica,
Well,
and
we have a pretty good replica with us right now.
she doesn't have the papers with her. She says she has to reapply for them.
My good replica. I might have an in.
Okay.
Let me see if I can talk to a friend of mine.
We could split it as well, but that's not necessarily the best idea. Where some of us could be part of the entourage, some not so much. But I don't. This city, truth be told, I've only come through here once, and it was briefly. And I had just a visitor's pass, because I was accompanying somebody. And I'm not too fond of wandering around this city without knowing where everything is. Especially if we're going to be marching around with good or bad papers.
I do know that if we are able to successfully or fake our way into the noble district with papers, it is far less likely that we will be checked for papers. Normally, it's the commoners that are in the lesser districts that get the papers checked frequently, especially near to twilight and after dark. Normally, they leave the nobility out of this. If we're able to get to the noble district, of course, that is.
That's one thing, yeah, we'll have to keep in mind as well. I do remember the constant paper checks when I used to live here. They don't really care too much this far out, but once we get closer and into the city, that's when the constant reprimands begin to happen. And with forged papers, that could also present an issue. But it could also be an out if, on one hand, diamond status, but potential run-in with the Lord and maybe get captured and who knows what could happen.
Well, it is worth noting, the Lord only knows the two of them, and she doesn't have to be her. And the Lord doesn't know you.
You are correct.
Or you. Or Scorn. That is, I'm only just trying to point out. I wouldn't call myself the smartest woman in the world, but there's a reason the Lord, trusted me and took my counsel. Had me fetch his wine. Anyways.
Well, if we do go with the lordly route, then at least better access, and possibly... I don't think we'll find an enemy of the Lord, or any of his devout followers. But surely the Lord will have enemies here. This is not... this might be one of the largest cities of the Freelands, but it's not necessarily a devout vassal of the Lord.
This is true. The city itself is more indifferent to the Lord. They don't hate him per se, but it's they pay their taxes. They get left alone.
So, I guess two options then, I guess.
I'm more inclined to.
Royalty or forgery.
I'm more inclined to go with Cynthia's idea, because at least there'll be legit papers, and they'll provide more access.
We could always put him in a disguise too.
Is he able to do this?
Not
He
at once.
does stand out quite large in stature.
And you're very tall, my friend.
Well, he's done it once.
When you say done it, you mean put on new clothes? I've never seen a man change clothes before.
He can kind of do what I can do, but a little bit different.
So he can do the magics.
Yeah, some.
Somewhat recent. But I can do it.
Well then, you tell me what you'd like.
I say Lord's papers. You might be an easier sell as a bodyguard, for sure.
That is also true. Yeah.
We don't even necessarily have to do any sort of disguises.
But it's still Lord. Remember
That's a
shit.
big if. We don't know if the Lord's even here.
And if he was here, is he gonna be there where they're handing out the papers? Or is he somewhere else entirely?
Well, the whole thing is that if the Lord's men sees Cynthia,
If I remember right, so where we get papers is going to be right outside the city gates. I doubt the Lord would be hanging out there, but I'm sure that the Scaled Legion would talk. If the Lord's men and council members are here, I'm sure they'd hear in some fashion.
How likely do you think that they are to recognize you?
Well, I was kind of one of the Lord's few personal servants, so
the big thing too is if there is any
generals probably less, but more members of his immediate council, more likely.
if there's any Imperials that were part of the people that worked with Elrond, that's kind of an issue too, because they were specifically looking for it. So we also might run into trouble there.
It's a fair and I'd say a safe assumption that there's agents of the Empire here too.
Speaking of which, if we run into anybody named Nice, probably want to stay away from them.
Nice?
It was in the papers. Just like Elrond was a spy for the Imperials, they have one in this city named Nice. Do you know Nice?
No, I do not know or have any.
Does it say what Nice does? Much of it is barking.
They are apparently a bard
Bard.
in Shadowstone.
And that's an Imperial agent.
Yes, for the most part, a part of this divine veil operation that they are putting on. It was part of Elrond. He was a spy for them, trying to find agents and people that worked for the Lord. So,
Well, is there a bard college here?
he's there.
Not of my knowledge, no.
You could roll history if you want.
Was there a bard when we came into this tavern?
1 sec.
Not 20.
Okay.
Whoa!
Yeah, so you know there is no bard college here. Even with what you've heard, like keep in mind you haven't been inside the noble districts. What you know about the noble districts, there's no bard college in there. It's more so focused on like history, knowledge, like almost targeted more towards like wizardry to an extent. But you do know there is a pretty large bard presence, especially over by the casinos. There's like regular concerts by bards that are traveling through here. It's very, very common for them to be in just around the casinos, just playing on the streets, or if they're more professional musicians hanging out inside there. Very few will end up getting invited into the higher casino. That one actually is 20. I'll give it to you.
Casino.
Fortune's Den. So Fortune's Den in the Noble District, that's like an invite-only casino, but it's very, very, very nice. And if you're one of the best bards, you get invited to play there. It's like an extreme honor for a bard and his potential group or just himself to get invited.
My recollection, no Bard College here. It's more so a place for knowledge, more for sorcery and wizardry. However, we might run into some people performing the arts in around the casinos, so I guess we could keep an eye out around
So
there.
you're saying if there is one specific bard we're looking for, it might be, or it might be easy to avoid them, since there might be so many.
I don't know. Is there a description of
No
these?
description.
So
Just as their bard. So if we just listen out for the name.
okay. Well, okay. I guess we'll keep out for the name if it comes up.
It's a big city, I understand, and possibly
Yeah,
we won't
it's-
ever run into them. But we kind of have to keep an eye on all available information going forward. We've gotten into a lot of crap with a lot of people so far. So.
Mhm.
But I'm fine with getting the noble papers, those papers.
Very well. So, do you want us to go ahead and go off, or?
I'm fine with setting off right now.
We did get along yesterday already.
I
No.
don't know. We did not. We didn't even get a short rest.
So maybe before we do that, possibly, maybe we should just take the day to get some rest a little bit.
It might be better if maybe you rest, we head that way. I think it might be a little bit more efficient since.
It is fine. I mean, whatever you guys feel is good, but what's your next? At least you know the city for better than us at least.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Cynthia. Who else? Tag along.
Myself,
Elena.
might as well.
Yeah, I guess I'll go too.
Well, I guess just you. and
Well,
Swan
what
here.
time of day is this?
Right now you're probably looking a little bit. I mean, at this point, you guys have been talking for a bit. Probably like 1-ish, maybe in the afternoon. Maybe coming up on 2.
And we haven't rested yet since coming to the city.
You did kind of rest a little bit on the ship. Like you took like a short rest on the ship.
Well,
Good question.
it might not happen all in a day, so we can.
Did anybody else happen to pick up a sending stone?
Sending stone.
I mean, I know I grabbed one from.
It was the one from Elron.
I have that.
I remember repairing it and then using it to contact his contacts, and that's eventually how we
You
got to
still have
this. I think so. Huh?
Okay. So as you're holding it, you kind of figure out how it works. Basically, you're like kind of talking through your mind while holding it, really focusing on the rock. And as you're just kind of like saying something, you're gonna say it up to the second you get up to like 25 like words, done. Like it just kind of zaps you out. You can no longer see. I'm assuming you're just gonna kind of get like, hey, is this thing working? How does this exactly? This is kind of crazy. If this actually, stop. Then it's gonna kind of evoke a feel as like the magic just kind of leaves.
The Bluetooth device.
So, did these things have charges, or would you happen to know that?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll Arcana with advantage.
Can I look at him too?
Sure, you can help.
11 plus 7, 18.
Okay.
13, actually.
13? Okay. So you're going to remember that this thing basically recharges every day at dawn. It's one charge. You're going to kind of remember, both of you guys remember this. Like, basically, as long as the pairs create together, as long as the pairs both exist, then everything's fine. If the pairs end up getting broken or separate between planes, they just stop working.
So 1 communique per day.
1 communicate per day.
So we did waste it, but we know now. So that's good.
All right. Well, while we have some daylight still
worth
today.
noting, when you're still holding it, you're going to feel that it sounds like you could actually still kind of sense something.
Okay, so if you guys need it, obviously take the one that you have, and you need to get in contact me. I'll just keep it close by.
Easy enough. Didn't want to come.
I really need to get some rest.
I mean, so do I, but makes things easier.
And then, I don't know, I mean, you guys are the ones that were saying, just stick out. If you guys feel like it's beneficial for me to go, I will go. I mean, I want to be there, but I don't feel 100%.
Are we going to be able to get him papers if he's not there?
That is a good
Probably.
question. too.
Probably.
I was going to say that. I feel like it would need some kind of identification.
As far as these, okay, so as far as these papers go, is it like picture identification, or they just kind of go by what's written on them, or how exactly does it work?
What goes written on them, name, description.
So if we do get papers and I am disguised, then I kind of have to be able to go back to the disguise if anyone is looking at the papers. So it's almost sort of not beneficial for me to do a disguise.
Apparently, this magic is frowned upon here, so if anybody discovers that.
That is true too.
Which
No,
doesn't
that's
make sense if it's a political college.
Well,
Certain.
It's not
that's
exactly
a
wizard.
certain part of the city.
That's
Yes,
a
that-
noble district too. They kind of,
Surely if there
I imagine they have different rules there.
Yes.
Nobles always do.
Certain rules, certain magics can't be used in the city. It's
Alright,
all
well,
highly regulated.
It sounds like if I'm going, it's probably better to stay as myself, and we just kind of have to roll the dice and hope that notices me early. You guys cool with that?
I think it'd be fine.
One way to find out.
Don't really have
It's
much other
assuming
choice.
a whole lot of what could go on.
All right. I guess it sounds like that's the plan then.
Should we short rest before we go?
Guess we could do that if you guys want to just.
I wouldn't mind eating before we go. Now that I can finally hold on to my food.
I guess if you guys really want to, I mean, I'm ready to go.
We're kind
I
of
feel
struggling
like-
over here, so.
I feel like we're already like short on time, anyways. Eating and everything like that. I feel like at this point, time is of the essence.
I mean, I guess as long as we try to make sure that we don't get into crap, then we should be okay.
So, to kind of bring up the elephant in the room, the plague. Do any of us know anything about? Because I've heard Blighted Districts more than a few times now. It hasn't given me any reason to smile
I mean,
about going into the city.
do we even have to bother with this districts? Can we go around them, or
I don't even know how the city's laid out to the point where. Is it avoidable? Is there still sickness within the city proper?
Well, I would say the best thing to do is just not really get skin to skin with most of these people. The city is extremely tiered. We are quite literally at the bottom of the barrel of the city. And the further we go up into the city, the structures will get better. The people will as well. Once we get inside the city, sure, it's fine, but there's still some, poor housing. And trust me, once you get inside the city, you'll definitely see the change in the structures. And the noble district is highly, highly secluded as
Well, let's just not get sick.
it's really the only thing you can do. Like, part of the district.
Alright, well, then let's just go then.
Well, we're going is to the gate and to the office where they issue papers.
So,
Fine.
let's just play it calm, and, we have someone from the Lord's Court, so she can probably do most of the talking.
Sounds fun to me.
All right, so we ready to go then?
Yeah,
I guess I'm not the most familiar with the city, so I think it might be better. Reginald, you said you're from
Yes,
here?
I was getting to that. I can lead you guys up to the gate. We do just have to make a quick pit stop first.
You're telling us that we're crushed on time.
I promise you, it won't take long.
Where are we going?
Is this your friend? Your contact?
Kind of. We're going to my house.
Your house.
Yes.
It's along the way in this part of the city.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna watch as he just kind of a little bit of a look of disgust just kind of goes across her face to a degree, and she just kind of retracts a little bit, kind of trying to hide it, but not doing the best job.
Judges. 'Cause
It's
you guys never
not
get it.
the best that I could afford at the time. Or now. It's I don't. You're right. We're crunched on time. Let's just go.
I mean, what do you have to... Is it important?
Yeah.
Reginald, it's
One of the papers is in my house.
Well, that sounds important, so...
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm saying we need to go to my house.
So let's go, then. We will make that stop on the way. Whatever makes it easier for us to get waivers, even if it's just one of us. Let's just
Stop
do
by
it.
and then go into the office after. Probably.
This is fine.
Sure.
okay. All right. So as you guys end up kind of gathering your things and heading on your way out of the tavern, you guys are going to end up walking down this path on kind of the outskirts of the city. You're basically going to kind of be following this forest as it just kind of seems to follow all the way across this wall. As you guys are walking by the wall, I want all you to go ahead and roll perception.
That's I don't see nothing.
9.
Not the one.
9?
15.
18.
Yep. Alright, so both you guys are going to end up noticing that there's like a chattering coming from on top of the wall. You actually hear like a little bit of cackling coming up there. Basically, it sounds like some of the guards are just kind of like going back and forth with each other, just kind of talking about something. You're going to end up hearing a little bit more of their conversation though. You're going to end up hearing they're talking about how the leader of the Scale Legion is just planning on doing this huge speech here soon, and it's going to end up essentially just kind of railing of basically the entirety of the city onto one track of how we should be handling things. You kind of hear that dissipate and fade off as you end up walking a little bit farther down the path. They don't refer to him by name; they just call him the leader. So.
Commander.
All right. So as you end up walking down a little bit further, you're eventually going to get to the point where the trees start to open up a little bit, and immediately all of you are going to end up having this stench of just rotting flesh, like just feces and things like that, just immediately hit your nostrils. You just kind of walk through the trees, and like the freshness of the forest just immediately fades, and it's going to be kind of like revolting to everyone there. Like you're going to feel a little bit of a burn in the back of your throat. And you're going to end up feeling this like burning sensation in your like nostrils that kind of flows its way down, kind of making you gag a little bit as you initially take in that smell. Eventually, as you start walking forward, you're going to get a little bit more used to it, but it's still going to be a little bit more like, you're going to watch as Cynthia actually ends up taking up a little bit of her shirt, just trying to cover up a little bit as you end up walking forward.
Those are putrid.
Rip some material off of the shirt in the bag.
Before you guys ask, no, you do not get used to it. It's just, you just kind of learn to live with it and just do what you're kind of doing.
Kind of, yes.
Can you just send your buddy thing in to get your thing? Or do we all have to go? Because this is disgusting.
Send Ezra to go. Well, no, he's coming along with me.
Oh, so his name's, I think this is the first time we've ever heard.
I presented him before to you guys.
I don't remember his name.
Ezra, did I not present to you? I said your name to them.
You're going to watch as he's nodding his head, Ezra's just going to be sitting there. Stone cold, not doing anything.
Well, anyways.
Look, we're almost there.
You used to live here? Oh, God. Oh.
Yeah. Like I said.
I can see why it's dreadful here. See why it left.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons, yeah, you could say. But as you can see, the mass amount of people as well in the area, it's a large portion of the city is just this blighted.
And as he says that, as you end up kind of looking out and he kind of gestures slightly at the area you're walking into, you're going to end up seeing what looks like houses that are kind of like on an awkward stilt, kind of made with mud walls and roofs that aren't actually roofs. It look like it's basically just kind of cloths and almost like fur tarps that are kind of like just weaved together with anything they can. It looks like trying to keep the rain off. Some of them are collapsed. Some of them actually have like stones in the walls, mixed with a lot of mud and things like that. You're going to end up seeing where they're like children running around just completely dirty. Like I'm talking like if this kid was to like walk up to you, all you'd see is kind of dirt and everything just crusted on them. You end up hearing some kids laughing. You also see what is like a homeless man sitting there on the ground, like eyes completely glazed over as you're kind of walking by, just kind of holding his can out there and just kind of moving it around. You're going to end up seeing a little more. Somebody actually just kind of like walks out. It looks like they're like almost drunk or something. Everyone go ahead and roll perception.
14.
9.
Okay. So as you end up seeing this, like this man just kind of is stumbling out, you're gonna watch it. He kind of falls in the ground, the mud right in front of you. So the mud ends up kind of like splashing up onto you a little bit. Whoever's up front.
I'm just gonna walk past very fast.
Okay.
I just pick up my pace and
I drop a gold in the guy's cup.
Okay. Roll perception for me.
Gold is gone.
Next one.
That's fine.
whoa.
Okay. So as you go, like take out the gold and put it in there, you're actually gonna feel another little hand as you're reaching into your bag and pulling out some gold.
I want to look over.
Okay. You're gonna see what is this little kid that's just kind of standing up behind you, kind of like grabbing into there.
I would not do that. My generosity only goes so far.
And he's just gonna kind of turn around and run away. Then the person in the ground that just kind of fell in front of him, you're gonna see him kind of like quickly get up too and just start running off.
Please tell me.
Don't give out handouts. As her as they may look, they've been living in this city for all their lives. They know how to survive. Please keep your valuables close to you.
I clutch my pearls.
In fact, if you can look any like these people, the better off you're in this district.
It's gonna be difficult.
I want all of you to actually roll. Well, anyone who feels like they're kind of like not listening to him and just kind of like looking around now to roll perception or investigation rather. Investigation.
I guess I was.
Yeah, I
he
feel like I was
talking sort of
listening.
directly
So.
to me,
Okay.
so.
So anyone who feels like they were kind of like less paying attention and more like kind of surveying the area.
I mean, I was kind of walking away quick. I suppose. Investigation?
Yeah.
16.
Right, so you're gonna end up noticing as you're kind of like walking by, like a couple of individuals just kind of stand there off in the corners. It looks like they're kind of like eyeballing the group.
Do I see the gate at any point yet? No. I turn around to see why it's stopped.
As you turn around, you're gonna end up seeing that looks like Edward's dropped like a gold coin or something like that into this man's like a little tin can. You just kind of watch the gold coin go in, and you see him just immediately turning around, talking to them, and engaging with the rest of the group.
Can we go? I don't want to stop for anything.
Yes, like I said,
Can we just get to your home?
let's
Already?
keep moving. Please stick close, and do not try to stay now. Do
It's
not
too late.
listen to anyone as we're walking.
Can we just go? Let's go. Please.
Shove my valuables in the bottom of my bag.
All right, so as you guys end up kind of proceeding forward and going on a little bit further, who feels like they're in the back group? Let's get a marching order just so we can kind of see where people are generally.
I'm more forward.
I guess I'll go more towards the back.
Okay.
I'll probably be like middle-ish.
I'm gonna be right behind you, Sean.
I'll probably be like.
Well, I'm trying to stay close to everybody.
Okay.
So,
well,
I mean, if you
there-ish.
okay, that's fine.
Don't forget bubbling.
Bojangles.
Vivo would have come with you guys.
Yeah.
Vivo would probably be
I
next to
killed
me.
Vivo.
We should have brought Cynthia.
Cynthia did come too.
Yeah.
Hey, Cynthia. Oh no.
Here.
There we go. Okay. Considering how like permanent a member of the party Cynthia is becoming, actually for the video.
I don't know why we haven't.
She's like an official member of the party.
Yeah.
now.
We need to make her like a real one.
That's what I'm saying. I'll
Yeah.
have to do that here after the stream.
I feel like she'd probably be kind of hesitant and like not wanting.
I actually feel like
Yeah,
she'd
she'd
be
be
more.
more-
She'd be more
Okay.
middle
Okay.
close.
Middle front. Middle
or
front.
Okay.
She is disgusting.
Right next to Arthur,
Yeah,
basically.
probably
Oh,
over
next
next
to
to Arthur
Arthur.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
We're both
Well, his
covering
Well,
our nose.
we're not in squares, so I'm just trying to put us in squares.
Okay.
All right. So as you end up walking forward, I want you, since you're in the back, Edward, to go ahead and roll perception.
10.
Okay.
Smack another kid.
As you end up kind of like walking forward a little bit, you're kind of like you're starting to feel just like generally speaking uneasy. You can't really put a pin as to what it is, but you just kind of feel uneasy walking.
It's
through
not the
city,
shit smell.
Yeah. It's like you've already kind of like, you're growing accustomed to it, but like there are other things that are just kind of making you feel uneasy.
Everybody pick it up a little bit.
Why?
Just doesn't feel right, so let's go.
That's what I've been saying this time,
Well,
please.
I'm just saying, walk a little faster.
We there yet, Reginald?
Well, we're almost there. Just remain calm. Just
Place is
act like as if you're part of the place.
place is
That's
massive.
No, please don't do this. Please don't do this. And you're going to end up looking off to the side, seeing what is this individual basically pleading with what looks like this guard and a wizard kind of saying, like, please, for the love of the gods, don't do this to me. Like, I don't give two shits about any of this, okay? You didn't pay back the loan shark. He's here for retribution. No, please, come on, please. This is my fault. You end up seeing as the wizard kind of starts like pulling back something and starts saying this incantation as you watch as like a bunch of rocks just begin to form right in front of you. Watch this earth elemental form. It's like, no, please. I'll pay you back. It's not even a worry. It's not. You're gonna watch as the earth golem just immediately starts crushing the entirety of what is this man's house. No, please. You're just gonna hear as he starts like sobbing and everything as the guard's just saying to him, you should have paid back the loan shark. It wasn't that difficult. It was your fault that you took out 1,000 gold, didn't pay it back. You shouldn't be doing that in the Blighted District. You're lucky it isn't your fucking life.
Does this look like one of the same guards that are supposed to be like in the city?
You don't really know what the guards look like in the city. I want you to go ahead and roll investigation.
Gosh, that one.
Okay.
They had 20 on
Does
page
this guy look like he could be an official guard of sorts, or is he just kind of looking like a,
It's like
Like a
just
mercenary
muscle.
kind of thing?
you know, like you fucking.
Sure. So you,
I've got
so you meant
you shouldn't have taken out the lawn if you couldn't pay it back.
So go ahead and roll history on this. Yeah, go ahead and roll history.
Fucking name's Stony, huh?
22. All right, so as you're kind of like giving him like the once over, you're gonna end up seeing it looks like, especially from what you remember, he's actually wearing a Scaled Legion uniform. You're kind of able to pick it up immediately because as you're looking at the armor, you end up seeing what looks like a dragon, like dragon horns kind of coming out of both the sides. Considering how like predominant they are, you're like, yeah, this guy's a pretty high-ranking member of the Scaled Legion. And with over a 20, I'll give you this too. You kind of remember the general like layout of how the Scaled Legion works. So part of what it is they have to like some part of their initiation is like killing a dragon to a degree, and then the horns of the dragon end up getting mounted into their gear. The bigger the horns, the higher they are in the organization. This guy has pretty sizable horns on his shoulders and kind of working through, so he must be kind of up there a little bit.
So it's one Scale Legion guy and then a wizard.
One Scale Legion guy, a wizard, and if you're kind of looking around a little bit more, you'd see there's like one or two other Scale Legion guys.
You know, the funny thing about those earth elementals, they actually do damage to structures.
Right. Let's ignore all of this and just keep going.
Yes,
How do you just ignore it?
You have to.
Can we just keep going, please?
Let's just go.
There's nothing we can do for.
There's literally nothing. It is every day. Can't do anything about it. Do not butt in.
I'm glad I didn't eat
The food's not the best either. It's a good thing as well.
Put an expression for that. You were literally saying like 20 minutes ago, we should eat before we go. You get a point for that. The attention to detail on that. Normally it doesn't take me off guard, but that took me off guard. That was really
You made him giggle. Good job.
Alright. Sorry to interrupt. You broke me. Congratulations. Carry on.
Right. It's
We
it's
would
almost
just
every day.
leave, right? We can just continue.
Yes, let's continue. Let's
go.
go.
Alright, so as you end up walking forward for another like minute or so, you end up seeing what is like somebody actually standing off to the side, like looks like they're piss drunk, and they just literally whip their cock out and start like pissing on the road, like right over next to you. Then as you end up walking by, they kind of
No.
turn over. You see the streams kind of like flexing around. They're kind of
I scurry across the road. I literally I avoid the aim as best I can.
Alright, go ahead and roll perception for me.
Avoid the drizzle.
We're scorn with the molars to push him over.
7.
Or mage hand.
Okay. Alright, so as you guys end up walking forward, so you're gonna end up getting kind of off on this little side trail that you're familiar with. As it ends up happening, you're gonna end up seeing what looks like an entire pile of just like rotting food off to the side. You see some flies kind of like jumping off it and everything. You end up seeing there's actually a kid over there that's kind of like digging through it. You see him like pull out this like little piece of metal in there. I think you see him put it in this little side bag. Then he's digging through a little more. He sees you walking by. The kid's not wearing anything. He's just kind of like digging through the trash right in front of you. As that happens, you're going to end up kind of walking through a little bit further off in this direction. And you're going to end up eventually finding your way walking a lot closer towards the wall. Basically, you're kind of like making a dead line straight towards the wall. As that happens, I want all of you to go ahead and roll perception.
Oh, 19.
Nat
Dirty
20!
20.
Okay.
But it's a -2.
Listen.
But the net 20 works out.
It's 25.
25?
12.
Okay. 12? 25?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay. So the three of you are all going to recognize something. Basically, you're going to end up hearing more cackling from some of the guards above the wall, and you're going to end up hearing what is like something kind of like whistling through the air. As you end up kind of like just barely catching a glance and looking up, you're going to end up seeing what looks like a giant wine bottle just literally falling off the wall right over to
Well, mind your heads. We are extremely close to the wall, which means we are right under all the guards.
Okay.
And
you. Everyone make a dex save. All of you get advantage. You don't get advantage.
Well, I already have disadvantage on this.
Well, there you go.
Well, not a dex save.
Dex save? That is 21.
25.
Oh my god.
18.
I'd just be like,
16.
watch your heads!
Okay, so what's that?
25.
21.
18.
16.
Okay, so all of you are going to end up kind of like seeing this bottle coming down. It ends up eventually crashing in the ground, hitting the mud, then immediately breaking out in the shards and everything. You guys are all able to sidestep it because like, fuck.
Yeah, the
No
greatest...
respect here either. Can we just... Wait, you lived here?
Yeah, you kind of learn to mind the bottles and hear for the whistle. The guard quarters are quite literally up on top on the other side of the wall. The guards do not pay.
Do the guards happen to have restrooms up there, or do we need to watch out for those?
Oh,
kind
they
of
have
streams?
restrooms. Here.
Got it.
They just
So
figured
I
that's-
move like 6 feet away from the wall.
I figured that's what some
Just
of the puddles
don't
might
look up.
contain.
Don't look up.
Keep your mouth closed.
Please.
This...
A lot of drunken people would often just yell out, "It's finally raining," and it's not raining.
Interesting, it only rains for about 10 seconds. 15 seconds.
Be longer than that.
Sometimes the only shower they'll get. But anyways!
Don't imagine if you're
Reginald.
doing
Reginald, is that you?
Huh? Oh,
Reginald.
hold on.
It's you, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy, wow.
buddy.
Guy.
I look up,
Friend?
I just immediately recognize. Okay. Oh, this. Quar?
Yes.
Quar! My friend, how are you?
It is great to see you. It has been quite some time.
Oh, I go up to him and I just give him a little, like, shakes hand and pat him on the shoulder.
Absolutely. And how is your wife doing?
She's great. She's fine. But I should say she's the same. I should say.
Is oh. Righto. Who are your friends?
Oh, sorry. Yes, my friends. These are my lovely friends, our little adventuring party that's, I've gotten acquainted to for a little bit. Let me introduce Adon, Elena, and Arthur.
Yes, good day. We were just leaving.
Everyone, this is my neighbor, Quar. I lived with him, next to him for quite some time now.
We've shared a wall now for
How
maybe
many
about
years? How many years?
oh years. Oh gosh, maybe months. It might feel like years.
I felt like it.
Yeah,
I'm
when
sorry.
his wife was actually he got this town for his house for his wife when he ended up going off to the monastery, and then she ended up I'm sorry, you told me
It's fine. She fell ill, and I had to get her home. Well, she lived here. This is what I could afford in the city,
right.
and
But-
while I was away. Anyways,
What is it that you're doing here?
right. Well, you see, we are actually trying to get into the city core. However, I did leave something of importance here in my home. Please tell me no one has come into.
I thought it 20 minutes ago. I didn't smell it.
That you could hear.
Well, and I want you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, what's
Ooh. 19. Dirty 20.
Okay. All right. So as that ends up happening, you're gonna end up actually kind of like feeling like kind of like a charm kind of setting over you. Is like you feel like something like friend, like, and then all of a sudden you just kind of like break out of it. Then as that happened, you end up realizing that somebody was trying to charm you.
I'm gonna look around and see if I can see anybody that looks like
Okay,
they
we're on
know something.
investigation.
I swear to God, if I roll low on this, come on, please. Yep, 3. So 4.
All right.
That
Which
gives
one of
me
you
all the
flat-foot
information.
stole my wallet?
Is this not your wallet?
Why is this box so heavy?
Okay. All right, so as you look around, you're not able to determine anyone. You're kind of like between the smell and everything, and the watering in the eyes. It's really difficult for them to make out anything that's happening.
Somebody tried to just charm me.
Oh,
There's nothing charming about this place, Edon. I really just want to go.
Not that kind of
Please, I'm so sorry. Making. Please.
If you would like, it is less.
I can taste the
Potent.
air.
It's less potent inside. Maybe we should.
Okay, yeah, let's get inside.
Can we?
Yes.
I would love to discuss this more. I'm so sorry. I'm being very rude.
Can I
but
do
just
like an insight check and see if I can tell if it was this new friend that was trying to
the new. You mean the person that?
or
that
whatever.
Quar.
his name
yeah, that he's
Yeah.
talking to. Yeah, you can go ahead and roll inside.
Let's
What are you doing?
is. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. What's that?
Dirty 20.
Okay. It looks like he's kind of not surprised that this is happening, but it doesn't look like he really knows what to say. It might be best if you all come inside. Reginald, the tax collectors came around. You're quite far behind. You'll have to pay that off before you get back into the city. They were threatening revoking your permit.
That's not.
And but if you go inside, they'll end up seeing that here, why don't you come inside my residence? You come inside really quick.
Oh, let's go.
I would love to come inside.
All right, so he's gonna end up kind of like opening a door for you and ushering you inside. As all of you end up walking inside, you're basically gonna see like the room itself is basically like a 6x6 house. Like it is fucking tiny. There's a tiny little fireplace off in the corner with like a little cooking utensils. You set a little table that's kind of pushed off to the side and a couple of bedrolls. You're actually gonna see what are 3 bedrolls right there on the ground.
Wow, how are your boys?
Well, it's not the best as of late. I'm not gonna lie to you, Reginald. It's not good.
Quam, I'm
It's-
sad to hear.
You remember Rajani?
Right.
Yes.
Yes, John, of course.
So he he ended up so since the war broke out, he has been very, very distraught, and he actually damn this boy for doing this. He started getting involved with the Blighted Lords. I tried to talk him out of it, but the second the war started, he realized he needed to take some semblance of action. He was afraid that he would potentially be drafted and recruited into the Lord's war efforts. He figured the only way to get his protection was to join that blastedly gang, and he's on his way to becoming an initiate now. I haven't seen him in over a week since the war started.
Sorry to hear, Quar. What would you say was the name of the?
Johnny,
No, not Johnny. The what you
the
got?
Blighted Lords.
Blighted
you
Lords,
know,
right? Yes,
you
I
will-
just need to.
They, I couldn't cover for it, but they came by to take the protection take. You owe them a bit of money too.
Protection.
Yes, from the Blighted Lords. They've since taken over our district since Arceus ended up. Arceus no longer runs this territory. They've all been snuffed out at this point. Now we're paying the Blighted Lords for protection.
No kidding.
I wish I was kidding.
Hmm.
That's why my son went off with them. They're predominant now, and there's only but a few of the Arceus left. And I do not think that it would be good for him to do. And you watch this, he's actually kind of like sitting there in his chair trembling, just kind of trying to talk about this. I just want my boy back.
I understand, Quar. Losing someone close to you is
It's not that I've lost him yet.
potential.
I'm going to
of
lose
losing.
him to this bloody gang. He's going to end up. I heard from one of the other neighbors that a part of the Blighted Lord's initiation is they have to kill an enemy of the Blighted Lords in cold blood, and I don't want my son to be a murderer, and he'll make enemies by doing that.
Listen, I'm sure Johnny will come to his senses. I know that boy as well. I'm almost certain he's only doing this to try to find a way to protect you as well. You, and Kendir.
Kendir! Shit, he must have... Pardon me, one moment. You're gonna end up kind of like watching as he like walks outside. He just kind of like you hear him just kind of like walking around the exterior, just trying to like find them. Eventually, you see him walking back inside. You see him kind of like actually grabbing him by the hand, kind of guiding him. It looks like he's kind of holding his arm out and everything. I want everyone to actually roll medicine.
Everyone's roll?
Yep. Anyone who feels like they're kind of paying attention.
I don't even know what's going on right now, so I'm just saying that. What was talked about while I was in the bathroom?
8.
You can roll history. So.
Oh, well, can I use that?
Yeah, well, you could roll again if you want, or you can either way. So.
Okay, I'm gonna use that one. 18.
Okay. You're remembering that his other son is actually blind. What about you three? 8.
15.
I didn't roll because I don't know what's going on.
So the 15. So you're going to end up kind of recognizing based off his like actions and everything. It looks like Kinder is also actually blind as well, and he's kind of like being guided. You just kind of see based off like that look in his eyes and everything. You can kind of tell it looks like he doesn't have sight. He's just kind of trying to feel around between everything that we kind of pick it up.
Go up to Kendir and just kneel down like, "Hey Kendir, hey champ, how's it been?"
It hasn't been the best as of recent. Did he tell you that my brother went off into the Blighted Lords trying to get food and money for us?
Right.
And protection for free.
Yes, your father did tell us, and I'm sure your brother is only trying to do this to help you guys, your family.
I don't want my brother to die. Can you help him, Reginald? If you run into him, please.
Of course. If I run into your brother, I'll try to sway him away from the Blighted Lords.
You always have a better temperament on these kind of things. I know that you'll help him.
I know. It's what she would have wanted.
Father, he just kind of like grabs his dad and just kind of like starts like getting down to the ground, just kind of lays down like this little mud and kind of you watch as he shifts over onto like one of the little mats, the little bed dressings that are on there on the floor.
Does he need help?
He likes to keep his independence to a degree. Just he's a good boy. He'll figure it out.
Okay. So
you do owe the Blighted Lords though. It's 2 gold for the Blighted Lords is what they're telling me.
2 gold for the Blighted Lords.
And then I think I don't remember what the taxes were. That I think when the tax man came around, it was maybe 37 gold pieces in taxes. They jacked up the prices because you hadn't paid since you were gone and your wife wasn't here to pay.
Okay.
I think part of it is also because of the war efforts. They mentioned a bunch of things. They said they're upping prices all around the city because of the war.
I honestly believe that they'll do that. Just on our way over here, we saw someone's home being smashed in by an earth elemental. Tragic, really, but it is not getting better here in the
Was
Blighted
it Marcus?
District. I assume it was.
Why did he have to go?
We are all just trying to get by.
Of course. Well, go. Just know that when you go inside, they'll know that you're in the city, and there will definitely be that you'll need to pay off before you end up getting your papers.
I understand. And speaking
Authentic
of,
vibe.
that's what I'm here for as well, Quark. I wanted to ask you if you knew anything, if we could potentially try to get some papers from under the table.
That. Yes, you can. But you'd want to go talk to the Blighted Lords about that.
I was afraid you'd say something like that. Quark, really, there isn't any other way.
No. Since Arcus ended up going out, the only people here that do counterfeit papers are the Blighted Lords. I did hear that Arcus is going to be making a final stand. Maybe they'll take it back and they'll take over this region, but
Really the only way. Okay. Well,
the Blighted Lords took advantage of the fact that the war started and they immediately went for the other faction.
alright. Well, that narrows our options then. It was just a precaution. In case. Well, that takes care of that. Right. Give me one moment. Let me go into my abode and let me retrieve something. If you just pardon me.
Are you just going over there and you're going to leave your companion?
Yes.
Alright, so as he ends up going out, you're going to end up hearing kind of like a creaking of the door and everything, some sloshing of mud. And you're going to watch as the companion's just kind of like standing there.
So, talking to the companion. You don't say much, do you?
Okay, as it ends up kind of like turning over towards you, I want you to actually go ahead and roll investigation.
Oh.
14 plus 6.
Okay.
So a number?
A number. Math.
All right. So as you end up looking a little bit closer, that's 20.
Oh,
It's a
20.
dirty 20.
It's not, I thought you said 12.
So as you end up looking a little bit closer, you're gonna end up saying that wouldn't even be. Sorry.
I said 18. I thought
Oh,
she said
okay.
12 plus 6. So I
Okay,
said
okay,
18.
that's fine. All right. So anyways, all to say, so as the companion kind of like looks over at you, you're gonna see what is kind of like a glisten, and then as you kind of like look a little closer, you're gonna see like a glow in the eyes and almost like a spectral looking face, almost like spectral, ghostly, semi-transparent face, and you're gonna see what is like a giant cage kind of coming up around the neck.
Is his body like translucent looking too? Or is it just his face?
All you can see because everything's kind of covered by the cloak.
I want to try to poke it.
Okay. So as you end up going to poke it, you're gonna end up saying that like your hand kind of goes into the cloth and everything. You're gonna feel as your hand kind of goes through what is like into something and kind of like you hit like a little piece of metal, and then it immediately kind of like slides off and goes inside. You're gonna kind of feel as like your arm basically just kind of goes all the way inside.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what he is.
And as that happens, you're gonna watch as like a face just kind of turns and like looks down right at you, as you're kind of just sitting there poking it. Are you gonna be looking up at it or no?
Probably.
Okay. As you look up, you're actually gonna see what is like a very distinct face of what looks like a woman. Actually, kind of looking at you, see like a little bit of hair just kind of like coming down the face, very very like sharp and defined as it's coming through. And it looks like it's like a look of like kind of like not like awe or anything. It's kind of like a look of despair. It's just kind of like looking down at you.
Did that hurt? I like pull my hand back. Can I roll insight to see if I think that it hurt?
Okay, go ahead and roll insight.
Consolina, what are you doing?
16?
Sure. So as you end up looking, it looks like they have no expression at all. It's almost like they're in this state of like perpetual pain. Like not like you did anything. It's just like the face is almost of like agonizing. Like think as if like you were watching a movie and someone was just kind of like being tortured. It looks like that face of just like constant. Like all hope is lost.
But it still looks more like a woman now? Or no?
Rough perception for me.
Does it still look more like a woman?
Yeah, still looks like a woman.
Okay.
So since you keep looking at him, you're trying to get a better look. I want you to actually go ahead and roll. I'm trying to think. It's kind of a weird one. I guess Arcana. No. Yeah, sure. I'll do Arcana.
4.
Okay. All right.
So that one?
You can tell whatever this thing is doesn't have like obvious magical properties, but it's this kind of weird thing that's going on with like the harnesses and everything like that, hidden behind the cloak. It's just like it's kind of off-putting. You can't really tell what it is, but it's off-putting. What was your roll?
12.
Okay. So as you were going through a door, what was your roll? Okay. As you're going through the door, you're gonna end up kind of like feeling a little bit of like a pushing going on as you end up working your way out. Wait, you're trying to do all of it? Okay, you're gonna roll with advantage. Roll with advantage.
Me? Yeah. Okay, that's 20.
Okay. You're gonna feel as like this entire bag of gold is kind of being like pushed into your sack as you're moving outside.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna feel a bag of gold.
Like you're just gonna hear like shing 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 as like you're kind of like walking the door. Then all of a sudden you're gonna feel like your entire like bag just kind of start drooping down as you turn around and you see what looks like Edar just trying to shove gold in your bag.
Hi. Edward, what are you doing?
Looking out for you.
I appreciate this, but are we outside? Or outside the door?
You're basically standing in the doorway. This would be happening as you were leaving, apparently.
Oh, okay. No, honestly, I appreciate the generosity, but
As you end up kind of like feeling a little more all the jingling and everything, you're gonna realize this isn't just like a couple of gold. This is like a couple thousand.
Wait, hold on for a second. You
said the whole gold.
Yeah, you told him 2 plus 37. That's what I was paying.
Oh, that's what you're giving him. Okay.
Yes.
Not an entire, because you said, I want to sleight of hand gold into his wallet. I said all of it? You said all of it.
all of it.
Okay.
Here's my life savings.
That's why it's like, let's go ahead and do sleight of hand, and you're going to go there, because he's taking an entire bag of like...
Breaks my neck with all the weight of the gold.
I did message you immediately after you said the number, and then it took you about like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yes, because I was doing something else.
That's
Okay.
fine. So that's why
Communicate.
Okay.
Why don't you
Okay,
say
so
I just
shit out
feel a
loud?
small
I don't know.
Now you're going to feel a small
Yeah,
bag.
that's why I was confused. I'm like, it's only 39.
That's why I was feeling like, all of it? All of it.
Oh,
Okay.
you do not consider the party, but okay.
Here, open your pocket for me.
You should be able to buy the whole Blighted Pass.
Alright. There you go. But you guys still have that Discord.
Anyways.
Oh, what's this for?
So you just heard a jingle instead of you felt the...
Unless he's just super weak and just 39 gold just weighs him down.
I'm walking away. Oh, I'm encumbered.
He was right in the cusp of encumbrance.
Opens bag. Shovel.
Send to camp.
That like 200 scrolls really hell.
How does the scroll weigh half a pound?
Alright, let's bring it back in.
It's the wood on it. You know, it's the wood.
Alright, let's bring it back in.
I possibly. Please.
Listen, just think it. I
Please, I don't want to owe anyone anymore.
You don't owe me anything. I understand this background. Grew up in this, not this bed, but just think it. You don't owe me anything. I don't really need all the money, but
I thank you for your generosity. Honestly, I will pay this forward one way or another.
You don't have to, but
I know, but
get your
Cut.
stuff taken care of.
right. Kindness needs kindness, and thank you. What was I doing? Right. So all that happened while I was leaving. Okay.
Yep. So then you would be over there
Over there.
getting your papers.
Read it. And then as soon as I get it, I just
Yep. So you have to search for them a little bit. You're gonna end up seeing there's a lot more dust and a couple more cobwebs in there and everything. They haven't come in for a while. You are gonna end up having to break what is like a magic seal, and you're gonna kind of like hear what is like almost like kind of like an alarm going off.
Oh, fuck. Well, okay. Huh? Pretty much is what I'm going. Well, yeah, he did warn me that they were here. Okay. Yeah, immediately just go look for the papers. I do want to go into the bedroom.
Okay. All right. The bedroom is right next to you.
Okay.
It is all one
Right.
room.
I look to my right. Ah, the bedroom.
Yes, right where I left it.
Yeah. Understood. All right, and I just stare at the bedroll for a couple seconds.
As that happens, roll investigation.
Investigation bonus.
0.
Both notes.
-20.
11.
As you're looking, you're gonna end up seeing some kind of like glimmer a little bit. Some little bit of light ends up coming through some of the wood panels in the ceiling, and you're gonna end up seeing what is a little strand of hair that's actually still sitting in the bedroll. Looks like it's still kind of long and has a blonde appearance, most likely your wife's.
I just kneel down and, just put my hand on the bedroll. A few seconds and I just get up and leave.
Right, and you end up walking back in as you're seeing what looks like Elena just giving the death stare to your companion.
Ezra, what did you do?
You're gonna watch as like her face end up kind of like going off of you and looking over at him. At that point, you're gonna end up seeing like basically anyone who's kind of looking will end up seeing like right through her face. It looks like it's semi-translucent going into the back of her hood essentially.
She didn't do anything. I poked her.
Why did you do that?
She looks like she's transparent. I was seeing if she's actually transparent.
Wondering if she's real?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, I got what we needed. Let's go. We can go.
What is she?
Quar, thank you so much. I will look out for Johnny. I promise you that. I will do you this way. Rest assured.
I do appreciate it very much. And I know Kendir would as well. All we want is to, if we get him back, we don't have the money to. We'll just get out of the city at this point. It's not even worth it. I came here for work after the wife died. Sorry, go, please, go. I know you have things to do.
Yes. Do what you can. And let's go. Come on. We're at a time crunch. And I walk out the door.
Okay. Alright, so you're going to end up walking out the door and heading down the path. As that happens, all of you, as you end up walking outside, you were kind of getting a little bit of the smell of like, almost like something was like recently cooked, and immediately you're going to get this like broadsided by the reeking smell of everything. You're actually going to end up hearing a delectable like kind of a sensation and tinkling coming off the side of the wall. It looks like one of the guards is like pissing right over there next to you guys.
Heads up, guys. Move away from that.
Elena, do you know prestidigitation?
I don't.
It smells awful. My clothes are...
Yeah, but we probably don't want to do magic anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least it clean...
Reginald, what's the deal with the magic out here anyway?
Well, I assume you saw the magic that just happened just a few moments ago. As you can see, not every single type of magic is banned outside of the cities. People can get away with, using small magics as long as it's hush hush.
You calling it Earth?
Well, that's
To be
Elemental.
quite
Those
fair,
small
that
magics?
was
that was a scale legion.
that was a guardsman, and I'm pretty sure mage that we saw next to him. So they were from the city, with the city, so they're allowed to do that. The citizens, however, not so much. But I mean, if during the day you hear just a random fizzle of fire, that's probably a firebolt being shot at here or there. Maybe a thunderclap off in the distance. Who knows? The guards tend to try to turn a blind eye sometimes in the Blighted District, unless it gets really out of hand. Like, I'm talking sorcerer against sorcerer, magic and magic, head clash, civilian casualties, that kind of scale.
Got it.
I still wouldn't do it in front of any guards, though. So be wary of
No fireballs.
that. No.
What about fireballs?
Less. Even less.
As this happened, I want all of you to roll perception really quick.
Just that whole interaction. was-
7.
I'm glad you were able to see that. 11.
11. Okay. Both of you guys are gonna be pretty engaged when you're talking. You're like, where the fuck's Edard?
Oh.
So as that happens, so Edard, you're gonna end up kind of like feeling a little bit of this like weird sensation come over you again. You're gonna just feel like, what? You're gonna hear someone, hey bud. Oh, okay. And as that happens, you're gonna kind of like immediately realize like, this guy's my friend. Oh, it's great to see him. You're just gonna kind of start like wandering off over there next to him.
Do I see Eddard walk off?
You wouldn't have noticed it yet.
Okay. But I don't. I see that he's not around.
You see he's not around. I'll tell you when you end up noticing this interaction. Hey man. It's been a while. How you doing?
Doing fine.
So you're gonna kind of regard this guy as like one of your like really good friends, okay?
Yeah, right.
Hey, man.
It's been quite a while since I've seen you. I've missed you, you know?
I've missed you too. How long has it been?
It's been months, it feels like. Anyways, hey, why you follow me over here, dude? It's been. I wanted to show you something really cool, okay?
Sure.
Yeah, this will be great. You know, I saw it looks like you've been making a lot of money since you ended up coming back around. That's good for you, man.
It is good for me.
Yeah. And like, you've just been so generous with everyone here. I wanted to introduce you to some of my other friends. Come on, man. It'll be fun, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. These are gonna kind of end up walking away with you. At this point, you're gonna end up recognizing Edard's out there.
So we've walked outside now.
Yep. You're
Gotten-
outside, staying
Gotten
outside.
slightly pissed on.
Slightly pissed on. Walk out to the side
and
to
now I'm
avoid it.
pissed off.
Yes.
Where's Eddard? He didn't come inside with us. He went to Quaz.
Well, I did go inside, but then we came outside.
Where's Eddard?
Yeah, we had to be noble of the.
I'm gonna start walking back the way we came to try to find him.
Okay. You're just not going to be that far of a walk to get back over there, but as you end up walking down that path, go ahead and roll investigation.
Yeah, by myself. 7.
Okay. You're not going to end up seeing him or really any kind of sign of where he might have gone from.
Guys, I don't see him.
That's not good.
I pull out the sending stone.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So as this ends up happening, so think about the 25 words you're gonna say. We're gonna go back to you. So, but yeah. Anyways, man. So like, yeah. Now that we're here with all my friends, you end up seeing like there's actually like 7 other guys kind of standing there in this little side area. Now that we're over here with all my friends and everything, you know, I thought I'd introduce. You know, you remember, and he starts kind of going on the line and everything like. Yeah, you remember all this, right, dude? Yes, it's been great, dude. It's been a long time. Anyways, I don't know if you remember, but like, you actually like owed me some money, dude. Remember that?
Don't know. I mean, I remember us being great friends, but I
Yeah.
don't remember owing you money.
Well, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, I only reason I'm saying it is because you're doing so well, you know? I was never gonna bug you about it, but you know, me and the wife are coming under difficult times, so you know that 20 gold you owe me, I mean I kinda need that, man.
What is your wife's name?
My wife's name's Sally. Come on, man, you know Sally.
Don't know, Sally.
What? Oh, you hurt me. Oh, but it's okay, buddy. Don't even worry about it. This isn't even a problem, okay? It doesn't matter. Listen, I know that you know Sally. You know that you know Sally deep down. We all know you. As long as you pay us the 20 gold, man, that's not a problem.
Yeah, I don't know any of these people. I do know you, but
Yeah. Dude, it's okay. Hey, you've been doing a lot of crazy stuff recently, right? Why don't you tell me about that?
why don't you tell me about
The crazy stuff
it? If
that you've
I've been doing crazy stuff.
Yeah. Well, all the stuff you did to make the money. I haven't been with you this entire time. You just got back in town. Come on.
Listen, man, we'll get together later. I'm going to get back with my.
No. You gotta stay here with us now, bud. Come on.
Don't necessarily have to.
No. You see, I think that you remember that you owe me a little bit of money. Listen, dude, we'll catch up later. As long as you give me that 20 gold, then we're good to go. Listen, I'll meet you over there later. We'll hang out. Don't worry about it, man.
I'm going to walk away now.
No. See, we can't let you do that, buddy. No. You're gonna realize kind of like all of the friends there are just kind of. Listen, man, we're good friends and everything. I don't want any of this to go south. Come on, just give me the 20 gold that you owe me. We're good.
I think at that point I want to.
So just you probably know this already, but you're under charm person. So.
I understand that.
I know. I'm just letting you know. So.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
I only see that one person as a friend.
As a friend.
I pretty much the only thing I can't do is attack him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to. I am going to flash my other form to intimidate them. That's
Okay.
my other plan.
Roll intimidation, and then we're gonna go back to you guys.
Yeah, where is it? That's a 10.
Okay. They're all gonna kind of chuckle. That's a cool little trick you got there, bud. It's way cooler now that you have that kind of stuff other than some of the other pilot tricks you used to know. But anyways, now that that's all done. Yeah, as he's saying that, that's all done. Just as long as you give me the 20 gold you owe me, man, then I'll hang out with you later.
I just start walking away.
Okay, as it happens, you're gonna end up seeing two of the guys behind him just immediately take out daggers. No, buddy. They just want to make sure I get my gold back. That's it. That's all this is. Come on, guys. There's no need for violence. He's gonna pay me what he owes. Let's go back to you guys.
Edward, I need you to come back to the Quar's house and Reginald's house immediately.
All right, I'm assuming you're not holding on to setting stuff.
No.
If you end up digging through your bag, you can touch it and feel the message, but I'm assuming we're not there. So.
Silence his phone.
Put it on Do Not Disturb.
I'm going to cast Expeditious Retreat on myself and book it out of there.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. Hey.
What happened? Jeez Louise.
Huh?
Roll initiative.
Alright, so let's go. And then. Then your good old buddy over here. So.
Whoa. Buddy. Large teeth you have.
So the way you end up coming was this way. So you're going to end up having house over here, very thin alley. This is going all the way across over here. Another thin alley over here. That was the area you came from. Okay. Right. So what did you roll?
18.
Ooh.
Ooh wee.
Charm person is a concentration spell, right?
What?
Charm person is a concentration spell, right?
I don't think it is
No,
actually.
it's not concentration.
But it lasts an hour.
You can hit him if he hits you.
Yeah, if he hits me, then it
Yeah.
breaks. It breaks
breaks
the
it,
charm
yeah.
spell.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so what we're going to do is go to two of our friends over here, because they end up kind of moving off over in this direction. Kind of moving closer as they were watching you kind of move. So you would have casted Expect Retreat already. I would have given you that before combat started. Then we're going to go to this guy right here. He's going to kind of move up to you. Because it looks like you kind of start casting a spell. They're just going to start advancing. As they're doing that, they're going to have saying, "Hey man, why don't you just calm down?"
And then yeah, I'm just gonna book it.
Okay. How does
Actually,
how does
so-
Expect Retreat again work?
So as a bonus action, I get to take the dash action.
Okay.
So as my action, I'm going to cast no, I've already cast it.
Oh, I thought that.
No,
Yeah, I
disengage.
gave it to him before combat. So.
Disengage.
Okay.
And then I get to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80.
Okay.
And while I'm not doing that, I'm
Like
just, while I do that, I am just yelling, I am over here, come find me, please.
Okay. All right, going to.
Good luck. Holy shit, you see one?
It's Monday.
All right. And we will go back to the top. They'll keep building it there. Okay, this is getting more difficult because we don't have this entire area now. Probably
Change the rules of the
there.
game.
Cheat him.
And then I'm assuming he get around the corner. So let me just go ahead and. All right, so I'm pretty sure this one is a wisdom save. I'll make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, yep, wisdom save.
Nine.
Okay. So as this ends up happening, you end up getting around the corner, kind of breaking free. You're going to end up having what is this kind of feeling of being to kind of like come over you, where you just kind of like start locking up entirely. Is you start moving, and all of a sudden your body just kind of freezes and locks up right there.
You just got held, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll come find me.
All right. We'll go back to you guys, and so we're going to pause combat really quick. So we basically went through everything. You're going to be next to the initiative.
Do we hear a shouting Eddard?
Yeah, we're gonna go through that. So let's go ahead and have everyone roll perception.
Oh, hi.
I'm not hot.
Do it.
6.
Literally a 0.
What?
Swear to
Jesus.
God.
2 minus 2.
Reginald?
What about
11. No, wait. It's not. Sorry, I math wrong. 13.
Okay, 13. All right.
I had a 2 minus 2.
Okay, considering how far you guys are, I'm gonna say that you ended up kind of hearing something kind of off. You're not sure exactly where it was, but you heard something kind of going off. Between all the chaos and everything that's kind of going off in the area, you can't really determine exactly where it is, but you could definitely hear it somewhere like off in that general direction. Basically towards where you know the city gates to be, but like kind of going more in between the houses. Kind of following the wall.
Did you guys hear that at all?
Or what?
Okay. Knowing it. Okay. I think I might have heard some shouting in that general direction over there towards the gates.
I sent him a message. He should just pick up the damn stone. Only come back.
Well, he's not back.
Yeah, I just did it 2 minutes ago. Not even a minute ago.
Oh, yeah, okay. I feel like we should go over.
If you say you heard shouting, let's just go.
He never said it was shouting. He just said he heard something.
I heard something. It may or may not be him. He could have also gone in that direction as well.
Okay, let's just go, because he's the one that wanted to rest because he's not feeling good, so just let's go.
Okay, alright. Let's. Everyone stay close and yes, he goes off on his own. Okay, we're gonna go towards the noise.
All right, go ahead and somebody roll D4 for me.
D4 go.
Wrong direction.
4.
4. Okay. All right, it's gonna be 2 rounds of combat before you guys get there.
Just keep running.
All right, so hold person. So it's your turn.
Resist.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. So end of turn, you're gonna do it.
You should use your action to wait. Then your bonus action to wait. And the end of your turn.
That's a good thought.
Your move is.
Is it just another wisdom save?
Yeah, it's just no wisdom save.
Is it wisdom? I thought it was con.
No, it's wisdom for all person. That's why I had to double check.
That's 12.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna go to. All right. So as you end up having 4 people kind of surrounding you, you're gonna end up having the other one kind of come up and get in front of you, the one who actually charmed you. As the rest of them end up literally just kind of gaggling around you. The one who charmed you is gonna end up walking up and saying, "You should have just given me the 20 gold. This is your fault for flashing gold here. Alright, let's see what you got." And you're just going to go ahead and start kind of rummaging through you. So everyone's going to start rummaging. They're going to be running investigations on you.
No, don't. Not there. Stop.
Alright, where is your gold located?
At the very bottom of my bag, as I stated earlier.
Okay. So as they're going through, I'm assuming it's going to be a pretty difficult DC. So they're going to end up grabbing anything that's like on your person. Do you have any potions or anything out there? Yeah, they're probably gonna try to grab the great axe.
Equipment. I just have. Yeah, that's literally. No, I already used those potions, so all I have is my weapons out.
Okay. What weapons do you have out?
I mean, I technically have the great axe on my back, and then I would have javelins. Probably. I mean, I just have them in my equipment. They're probably more tucked into the side of my bag or something.
Okay. All right. So for weapons, they're probably gonna grab your battle axe then.
Okay.
I'm trying to pull up your character sheet, but it's loading on me. I can make this a little faster if I just see the character sheet.
Loaders? Enchant?
All these little things. All of these little things. All right. So they're probably going to end up trying to. So they're definitely going to go for the longsword. They're probably going to grab the gas mask, and they'll probably start trying to grab the great axe. One of them is probably. I'm assuming you probably have it like mounted in there, so they're going to be kind of struggling trying to get that out.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go to the next turn.
Oh my god. 11.
Ooh.
Dude, this is pissing me off so much.
Dude, your rolls tonight, man.
Yeah, I know, and it's always goddamn wisdom saves that are the worst.
Jail.
All right.
Bro, I'm using a different dice every time.
All
Like-
of them. Jail.
There's like 27 d20.
All right. So then the rest of them are gonna end up searching through your stuff. They end up actually getting the great axe out. Is one of them kind of starts like trying to slosh it through the mud. You're gonna end up having one of them who's like, "Wait a second, let's look in the bag." They start kind of trying to like pull things out of the bag and just like rummaging through there. Go ahead and roll for this and see what they end up pulling. So let's see. Nothing. They end up pulling out the wire skin, and then that is. They end up taking out the orcish book involving demons. Okay. All right, and as that ends up happening, we're gonna go back to you.
Me?
Yep. But before we get there on top of the initiative, 3 of you are gonna end up running around the corner.
Huh?
So there's a little bit of distance between you. Basically, we're looking at maybe like 90 feet or something like that, but you end up kind of like bridging the corner. They're gonna roll perception. So that's gonna be 6 perception or 7 perception.
Fireball.
Shit. They were with him. Grab what you can and go. Go.
Stop, thief.
That's the name of the law.
Okay. You said they're 90 feet.
About 90 feet, yeah.
Okay. I cast Entangle.
Oh, let's go. Okay.
So I take out a little branch from my pocket and just scrunch it up, and I just throw it to where their feet are.
Okay.
And just vines from where the thing landed just starts sprouting, and just covers a 20-foot cube.
Okay.
So,
You can go ahead and draw it.
4x4.
Giant.
I think that will literally cover
Everybody.
almost everything.
Almost everything. So.
20-foot cube?
It's a 20-foot cube, so yeah, so basically
It'd be a 4x4.
yeah, it's a 4x4. Shit.
So a couple of them are out of it then.
Yeah.
Okay.
That does make sense actually, since it's a 9-foot range. Yeah, I would have been closer to them. So I would have moved it over here.
And this one guy would be out of it.
Okay.
That one guy would be out. That does make sense.
I mean, would you know that that's the positioning of all of them?
I
from
mean,
that
I
range?
just see the closest ones, and I just shoot it towards the
So
closest.
I feel like it would make more sense if that was the case, that you would only hit the ones in the first half.
First half, like right here.
Yeah,
like
if that's
this
the ones that
here.
you were saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
Because if you guys were coming up on them from the other... Let's
I mean,
position you
You
guys.
came from behind.
I came.
So you guys would be 90 feet out that way.
Oh, well, I didn't. Okay.
Oh, we're
I
coming from
thought
this
you,
way.
Yeah, I thought you
okay.
based
No,
it
no,
off
sorry.
of
The wall's over here. The wall's over here.
Okay, all right. So yeah, that does change it. So yeah, I would have initially. Yep. I'm gonna side with Dan here.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good. That makes things a lot clearer. So yeah, that would be Ungus Bungus.
Is
My
actually,
turn.
I don't know.
Are you just dragging Bojangles by the
Sure.
hair?
Okay, yeah, he's dragging along.
Do you have him in like a nice little like baby carrier in the front? Or
Hey,
something?
he's in the little monkey leash.
There you go. Yeah, the monkey lead. All right, so you end up doing that. All right, going to Arthur.
Me?
Well, after I cast Entangle, then I'm gonna move up.
So just make sure you guys are 90 away. I just put it there roughly.
Let me see.
So 90 away from where, yeah.
90 feet is right here.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I'd move.
Wrong person.
It's fine. I'm gonna also move up that. Literally just put me next to you if you want, since I'm.
Since you're going next anyway.
Yeah.
What's your speed?
30. All right. Let's see. I don't think there's anything I can do. I don't have Dispel Magic. Don't have Counterspell. So that's Man, can't wait to go into the city and buy a gun. So in the meantime, I pull out my wand and cast Firebolt on the closest other fucker right there.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That is a 24.
24 is going to hit.
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Good king kong, good king kong. Firebolt. 8 plus 10 plus. That is a 20 fire damage.
Whew, that's a lot of fire damage.
It's a hot day.
The firebolt.
Big bam, big bam. Okay.
Stop touching my friend inappropriately.
Stop touching my friend inappropriately. From underneath his.
Edar, can you please stop letting us touch you like this? Are you just standing there?
Why are you letting this happen? Come on.
Wait, do something!
Alright, cool. Going to Elena.
I'm literally frozen like
Her box.
Okie dokie. I am going to cast Magic Missile. I'm just going to do it at first level.
just randomly pick that guy.
So
Well-
it makes it difficult terrain, right?
Yeah, difficult terrain. Oh, and they do.
They're also
have
restrained.
To,
They have to make a saving throw. every
They
turn.
do.
So it's strength.
Yeah.
strength saving throw,
Okay.
and that is their action to cast that strength saving.
Alright, so Magic
This is the start of the turn.
Yes.
3 dark boots.
Wait, what was that one do?
3, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. Did y'all move me over?
No,
You're way, yeah.
So
30?
Yeah, just move me up towards you guys. And then it would probably be these guys because they're the closest to me. So
Okay.
we ended at. And it was 9 damage.
9 damage for each of them.
No. Split between the two, 3, so 3, 3, 3.
Okay, for the 3 closest?
Yes.
You rolled 3 twos.
Okay.
No.
Alright, cool.
I ended up with 9.
That's fine.
Okay, that's it.
Wait. So you didn't roll 3 twos?
I rolled 3 these things,
Mhm.
and I
Yes.
got a 9.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
so
each dart does
each
its
dart does
individual
individual
damage.
damage.
I thought you could split it between.
No.
No, well,
You
yeah.
can split the darts.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
split the darts, but each dart has to be.
count each d4 as a dart.
Okay, well then I've been doing it wrong for the last year.
Well, yeah, you no, because you've done it right whenever you split it, but a majority of
No,
the time
I've always just split it.
you've
I
been on-
added it and split it. Nobody has made that clear to me apparently, and
Well,
this
whatever.
is not clear to me. So
Just either.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I don't know what I rolled. What was what?
Just
so.
roll it again.
Yeah.
You know.
One gets 4, one gets 2.
One gets 2.
Okay.
One gets 4. One gets 3.
So 2, 4, 3. Cool. Alright, going to first guy. So strength saves, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just do the 3 of these. Okay, so that's going to be 2 passes, 1 fail.
I guess I technically fail.
So this guy fails, both these guys pass. So that was their action?
Yeah.
So this guy is going to go ahead and... Well, he goes first. Yeah, he goes first. Okay, so what he's going to end up doing, actually, is immediately looking over at the other guy. The other guy's gonna just decide to go ahead and start conjuring some kind of spell. You're gonna look as the entirety of this alley just immediately gets engulfed in darkness. You can. Well, that's cool. So you'll be able to see them as you're sitting there paralyzed. So that's cool. So these guys, you're no longer gonna be able to see this entire area right here. So let's do this real quick. So 15.
Where'd you get that piano?
Alright. So thereabouts. Alright. Alright, so you're not gonna know where. Okay. Alright, going to the rest of them. So I'm not gonna tell you guys what these guys pass. So Edard, you can go ahead and do your save.
12. Moving up in the world.
Does that pass the strength or?
No, it doesn't.
Well, he would
I'm
automatically.
sorry, for what?
Yeah.
You would
I
automatically
thought you
fail.
were-
Say for like a
Yeah, I
whole
would-
person.
And
Or,
yours is at the beginning, right?
yeah, at the beginning of the turn.
Well,
yeah.
you would have disadvantage on anyways. 'Cause you have disadvantage if you're paralyzed.
Well,
you have disadvantage.
I think it would just happen for him. Wouldn't just.
I don't know. You'd have to check that.
Okay, so you are paralyzed on the start of your turn. You're paralyzed. You did this. Actually, you don't automatically fail if you're paralyzed. With strength save. So then your wisdom save was what, 12?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you would still remain held. Going to the other guys, but you would end up seeing those two guys in front of you end up dipping out. One of them ended up running off to the side. The other one also ran off to the side. So you're basically just seeing as both of them end up going. The one who tried you, he's just going to turn to you, just kind of say, "Better look next time." And it looks like the one actually sitting there in front of you is kind of holding onto the axe, but is still kind of trying to chop his way out of the mines.
Oh, Jangel's initiative 19, by the way. If
Right.
we want that.
Going to... Alright.
Can he try to trip them?
He might if one of them ends up going by. Both those guys are going to end up failing right next to you. You would see that, so. Okay. Alright, going to top of the initiative. So, Reginald.
So Entangle makes everyone do a strength save as soon as it's cast.
Okay,
And
so
then
that's
on each subsequent turn, they are restrained if they didn't pass initially,
And then they
they have
roll
to take
again, yeah.
then they have to take a action to unrestrain themselves
Okay.
during their turn.
So they don't have to try to unrestrain themselves, but if they want to.
Okay.
it's their action.
So even
Just
okay,
never
so
know.
yeah, so it's fine. It's fine if it was a misread. So even then, both those guys end up passing on their strength. So when it came to their turn, they still would have had an
Regardless,
action.
yeah, they would have anyways. Like,
Yeah, they still would have had an action. He still would have cast darkness, so everything would have still unraveled that exact way. The only thing that might have changed is that that guy moved, but
it's
because he ended up failing.
nothing really.
Yeah, nothing really changed. But now we know. Now we know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
next time. Okay. So moving on to the next one then. So going to Reginald. So what are you doing? I don't know if you can see magical darkness.
No, I can't. I just pull up to the cloud and I'm like, oh shit. Edon, hello. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to cast Thorn Whip and try to
Disadvantage.
Yep, disadvantage to try to get someone out of there.
Disadvantage. Go ahead.
Yep.
You would kind of know generally where they were before.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you could guess at like where one of them is. So I'll give you
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to try to do. That's 19.
19's gonna hit.
Okay.
So you're gonna end up hitting something.
Okay.
Something's getting pulled out.
And then I'm just going to pull them 30 feet towards me.
One. Okay.
So just pull them towards me is what I'm doing.
Alright. So as that happens, you're actually gonna end up. You're like, ah! and Ella just kind of falls over.
Oh, hey, Bojangles, what's up?
I mean, there was only 5 targets, and Bojangles was number 2, so.
By the way, yeah, so
you don't have to roll damage. I'm pretty sure you're not going to kill Bojangles.
it's 5. It's 5.
Yeah, okay, so you're not going to kill Bojangles.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know. These commoners.
It's not common.
He's upgraded.
He's not to level up.
Got a lot of experience.
I'm training Bojangles to be a barbarian.
Took your shirt off.
Alright, going to Arthur. Going to Arthur.
First step, take off that shirt, buddy. We don't wear anything.
Going to Arthur.
Can you move me up 30?
Yeah.
I'm not, actually, I'm
Give
gonna,
him a hand back.
I'm gonna dash.
Oh god. Oh.
It's the mini thing.
That's it.
It's his
Okay.
pickaxe.
Yeah.
Alright, going to Elena. Anything you want?
Move me up more.
Move me up, Scotty.
And then. At this point, I'm probably just gonna firebolt.
It's covered in magical darkness.
Everybody is?
Yes.
I thought it was just the 2 that we
That's-
couldn't see
No,
anymore.
That
it's
area.
15,
Never mind.
15 foot.
You can still try to throw something in there if
You
you
can
want.
cast magic missile at the darkness. Will hit.
It will-
It will
I mean,
hit.
well, you have to be targeting a thing in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
was
the
gonna say, if you want to be
It would
technical,
hit the darkness. It would guarantee hit the darkness. Yeah.
I mean, everyone probably would have seen them run that way, right? Because they
Um,
had to have run up that way in that direction. There's like 15 feet of.
You're basically standing in like a little open area next to a corner of the house. So
Then I'm
like
gonna,
it's like a really tight alleyway. You guys are like right over next to the wall. So I didn't think that we were gonna play it here. I thought it was gonna be taking place in the streets.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, by Reginald's
would you
house.
say that that's a 15-foot cube?
That is yeah. It's more than the 15-foot cube. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Thunderwave into the.
Well, Thunderwave
who's gonna hit me?
exudes from.
Yeah, that would
So
start.
Thunderwave is centered on you.
I guess I.
Dispel
can't-
magic.
Yeah, if you have like any counter spell or something like that, or spell magic. I mean, counter spell probably wouldn't work, but spell magic.
I don't have Dispel Magic. I have Counter Spell. So I can't really.
I just dashed
We
forward.
haven't long rested yet, so she hasn't been able to change.
Yeah, that.
Good thing we didn't.
Okay, I'm just gonna dash all the way then.
Okay.
All 5, 10,
Oh, I already moved her.
30. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I already
Yeah.
moved her 30 feet. So
Oh,
yeah,
was
where
dashing.
she was about right.
Yeah, she was right there.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. 25 gets you, or well, I guess 30 gets you right next to the darkness. Do you want to be right next to it? Or back a little bit?
Right next to it, sure.
Okay.
Okay. All right, going into. Okay, other guys. Strength. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Edar, you no longer know because you're lying down.
Face down in the mud.
I would assume not face down. He's just literally on the side.
So why would I not know where they are?
What's that?
Why would I not know where they are if I'm just lying down?
They didn't run in a direction in front of you. Like basically, like where you were before, you were looking like in front. So you do know where those other ones went, though. All right, going to Edard.
Wow. Yeah, I'm still the same.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
did the same guy?
No, he didn't cast darkness. Remember, there were two. Well, you don't remember, but
And Charm.
I don't know if there
Yeah.
was because
yeah, there were two spellcasters.
concentration.
Yeah, there were two
Charm
spellcasters.
doesn't concentration.
Well, I was saying between hold person.
Between
and
hold
darkness.
person and darkness,
Those
those are
are
both
both-
concentration spells.
Oh.
So if it was the same guy, I'd be like,
Yeah, yeah.
why is that our souls?
No, it's a fair question.
Yeah.
It's a fair question. So there were two spellcasters. So. All right, going to. Okay, going to Reginald. You are still going to see that one person standing in front of you, holding the axe.
Thorn whip again.
Okay, cool. Disadvantage.
Okay, 8.
Okay. You're not going to hit anything.
Okay.
Your thorn whip goes into the darkness and then comes out empty-handed. All right. Going to next, Arthur.
I go into. Well, actually, okay. So I didn't see anybody come out of the. Or did I see people come out of the
Darkness? No. That's why I started picking up characters. I'm
Yeah.
just
Can I
telling-
see you? Or.
I can't see shit.
1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna jump in the bubble.
You're going to jump in the bubble and you're going to step right on Edard.
Probably gonna trip and fall.
So you be stepping.
So
right
I
on.
can't even see my feet or anything.
Nope, you cannot see her.
I'm gonna feel the ground. I'm gonna feel what I.
Okay. Roll sleight of hand.
8.
Okay. You could definitely feel it. You're holding on to a body. Feels pretty muscular.
Found him. I'm going to use my action to grab hold of Muscle Man. Just start heaving
Okay.
backwards.
Roll a strength or athletics.
+1. 13.
13?
Mhm.
Cool. All right. Yeah, so you're able to get pretty good hold of it. It's going to be difficult, but the mud actually makes it a little bit easier for you as you can kind of grab hold of them and you start pulling them out. So you're going to be able to pull them. You're going to be happy.
So I already used 20 feet of movement. So,
So you could pull him 5 feet out.
Move back.
Still in the darkness.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, going to Elena.
So the darkness is still there, correct?
Yep, darkness is still there.
I'm gonna walk into it.
Where you are too, so you're walking into it. Where you are, I want you to roll perception.
12.
Okay. You're gonna end up actually hearing like
Okay.
it's like kind of happening like right in front of you off to the right.
Walking. I'm just gonna walk straight forward and cast Sword Burst.
Whoa.
Cool. All right. What is it? Dex save?
It is, yes, Dex save or take one
Failure.
1d6 force damage.
Failure.
Which one's d6 again?
Normal.
The square.
Yeah, normal square.
That's 1 damage.
Cool. All right. As that happens, you're gonna hear like a little bit of a screech, and then like it collapses into the mud.
Log.
Cool. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and fast forward through this. So, as the next round of combat is going, you're gonna see that the darkness kind of dispels, and Edard, as you kind of get him pulled a little bit more out of the next turn with Arthur, you're gonna finally begin to regain. You're gonna see what looks like a body lying there in the darkness, just kind of collapse. It looks like it has a bunch of like just severed sides and everything. It looks like an arm torn off. It's like holding on to an axe that's like halfway into the blood, or halfway into the mud.
Oh, so he's dead already?
He's dead.
You did 1 damage to him and he died.
We're not gonna do anything dramatic when they're in the darkness because I'm not gonna describe what you
Yeah.
can't
It was dark. You can't even see.
Lots of paper cuts.
see.
Well, yeah, I'll just grab my axe.
You're right.
No,
What happened? Why did you veer off from the group?
because they charmed me and then cast full personal.
Did you happen to get a chance of what they look like?
Oh, no, I got the very clear look of what they look like.
Did they only grab your axe? What did they take? Do you know what they took?
I just started looking through my stuff, and I know that they took the gas mask. I mean, I saw that because that was just hanging off my belt.
They would have taken everything that was on your inventory, except for your great axe, and then they would have taken.
You mean in my equipment?
Or sorry, everything that was in your equipment, and then they also would have taken the Orcish Book of Demons, the water skin, and then I think there was another thing they took.
That's the only thing you told me was those two things on my equipment.
It might have been that, yeah.
Or my backpack.
Yeah, that was probably it. I had to go back and look at it. I'm pretty sure that was all they managed to grab like that. They didn't have the best rolls.
I mean, they took basically all my weapons except for my great axe, which is the most important thing, but I want the rest back.
Did they take any of your coinage?
They didn't take that.
Well, that's good at least. I feel like that you can always use your coin to replenish what you lost.
I mean, that's not really the point.
I understand, but look, they're just low-life burglars. We're far better off just leaving them be than trying to chase them. In fact, we should probably get out of here. With everything that just happened, like I just described earlier, this was a lot of magic happening. This probably might alert the guards. We should probably go away from here very quick.
Where do you suggest we go?
You're gonna watch as like Vivo and Cynthia are kind of catching up with you guys. They just gotta catch up.
Okay. Back to where we were going, towards the city gates. We still have our objective. We still need to get our papers. Cynthia, we're going back to the gates.
Okay.
Just look, I'm sorry. I know it sucks, but it's just how it is here in this town. I'm sorry that you had to get selected, and it was unfortunate. But I promise you, we can get your stuff back one way or another.
I reckon part of the reason why this has happened. Just don't flash any coin around here, especially in these spots. I'll come here and the other chain that come through. If you ever flash coin, they latch on to that immediately. You cannot look like you have money. You cannot show you have money.
Well, like I said earlier, yeah, try to look like one of the people from the city.
Well, we've obviously failed there. That's okay. I just want to get to the gate. And I think once we conclude our business at the office, we can scope out the low town here and see if we can hear any silly, giggly bandits and thugs around here. Yeah, well, the hard way. I'm sure they'll be celebrating after winning such a.
You're probably not
prize.
wrong. They might be.
I'm sure they'll be quite loose tonight.
Vivo, since you're apparently here to help us, why don't you go find them?
I reckon that's probably not the best idea.
Vivo, do you have papers to get in?
I do have papers into the city. Yes, it's so the master actually has allowed me a diamond pass, diamond permit. So I got papers, but
How did the master come by diamond pass for you?
quite a bit gold.
How much gold?
Well, this was quite some time ago, but back then I think it was about 350, 400 gold.
Just won't have to buy Margaret at home. All right.
Okay, let's
We'll
not
figure that.
let's not just talk about buying
Yeah,
a large expensive pass.
Sorry.
I would.
Let's keep a move on. Just stick close. Try not to look anyone in the eyes, and we can get this whole thing sorted out.
Don't get pissed off. This place is dreadful.
I agree. Let's keep moving.
All right, as you guys end up kind of like working your way back over towards the road. All right, you end up walking down the main path as you end up getting closer to the gate. You actually see what looks like more of a pronounced area in the wall that looks like an actual gate. You end up seeing what looks like a couple children running across the way. One of them ends up like tripping and falling, and then kind of like, oh, somebody help me, please. Please help me.
Pain in mind.
As you guys end up walking by.
Right, correct. We walk by.
All right,
just go harumph.
So as you guys end up walking the rest of your way over to the gate, you finally end up getting to this main area. As you end up arriving at the gate, you end up seeing what looks like a couple of guards standing out front, wearing very similar attire to what you end up seeing earlier. You also see a shack that's kind of off to the right. As you end up kind of walking up towards the gate with the wall being over here, you kind of start working your way over. You kind of realize you're out of this Blighted District on the outskirts of town. And now you're over next to the main gate. If you look off into the distance, you actually end up seeing what looks like a little bit of the ocean off that way. You end up kind of glaring off that direction, following the wall. You also end up seeing what looks like farmlands kind of going off in that direction. And then as it kind of follows the wall with your eyes, you end up seeing what looks like a couple of carts standing up over there. And some people look like they're trying to also deal with some of the guards right now. As you walk a little closer, you end up overhearing a conversation saying, well, I don't know what to tell you about this. I just want the papers to get to the city, okay? It's all I'm really wanting. You'll wait like everybody else. It's not really something I could do. Sorry. Come back in 4 hours. Next. Somebody else is coming up, and you guys are now kind of standing outside at this point where you could get in line if you want.
Right. Well, Cynthia, I think this would be now your time to shine. Follow the lead.
Very well. Very well. As you end up staying in line a little more, you end up hearing somebody come walking up there. Alright, you know, the Kibo be needing papers. So, Kibo's ready to go ahead and get some of the papers. You ready for Kibo? So I don't really, well, you have a permit already. Kibo does not take permits. Kibo's had a permit before. Kibo refiled them for permits. Oh, give me, here, fill this out, give us all your information. Ooh, Kibo, thanks. Kibo just kind of walks off over to the side. There's gonna be like another 1 or 2 people in line in front of you.
Kibo.
Oh? Ah! Kibo, happy to see ya.
It is good to see you. It's been a little while.
It has been quite a while there. Ah, Kibo's happy to see.
How
Now,
is-
Kibo says, you offer me?
Yes, I do actually. And I'm gonna pull.
Gift for Kibo after travel on road.
I'm gonna pull out the Lady Diamond hand statue.
For those of you who are kind of seeing this, you're going to end up watching as Kibo ends up being a very, very tiny halfling. As he's wearing like some kind of a hood and a cloak, it's almost like it's cut off in the shoulders, almost like to make like a kind of like a cloaky, like hoodie kind of thing. But it's just more so just kind of revealing the entirety of his arms. You see a couple scars and everything on his arms, but it looks like as he's kind of walking around, he has this giant cart full of wares. And you kind of like walk towards a cart and walked over towards Rosetta over here. Oh, so what does he have for Kibo?
Yeah, I pull out. It was one of the statues that we grabbed from.
I'm assuming the Lord's Keep.
I think it was from the Lord's Keep, but yeah, it's the Lady Diamond hand statue.
That's from the Lord's Keep. Oh, this is interesting. Kibo likes. Oh. And where did you find this for Kibo?
I went out searching for it just for you.
Ooh, Kibo likes. Well, Kibo happy to see you. Kibo happy. Where's the rest of group that came with you with Kibo?
Why don't we go hang out by your cart for a second?
Ooh, Kibo likes stories by carts. But last time stories take by carts, try taking from Kibo.
That was not me.
Kibo no like.
That was other people.
Yes, Kibo no like other people. Kibo like you. Kibo like statue.
I'm glad you
Kibo
like
wait
it.
for you by carts.
We will be over there in a few minutes.
Ooh, Kibo happy. And Kibo just kind of walk over towards the cart.
Friend of yours?
Ours, kind of.
Yeah, we met him on the way into the city of Pike when we first showed up there. Yep, and one of our compatriots that was part of our group at the time kind of pissed him off.
Oh, well, I see that he seems to like you.
He likes things.
Oh, It's not how you handed just that ugly snatch to him.
Yeah, well, he is very valuable. He's a lot of good.
I like the sound of
It's
that.
good contact. Anyways, we can talk to him in a few minutes. Let's try to get this stuff sorted out.
Next. Hello, my name is Cynthia, and you see her just kind of whisper. Like, oh, surprised with that last name. You want to really know, but you know they already. I know. It's fine. I just need a copy of the papers with the siege that happened to the castle. I am needing this to gain passage. You see these people, lovely behind me. They are my protectors. They helped to save me from the siege of the whole city of Pike. I wish nothing more but to gain access into the city, into the noble district, with them to go and be with the Lord's court. Has anyone seen the Lord come into the city by chance? No one was supposed to be talking about this. It wasn't public. Of course, I'm just checking. I think that's an answer enough. Yes, so I have the standard credentials that I need to present, and could we get them papers as well? Cynthia, I understand you don't really do this all that much, so I'm gonna lay this out for you. We can get visit passes for some of them as protectors. It's not gonna work for all of them. There's too many people for us to lay on a visitor pass for one resident. Sorry, one noble. If you end up needing anything, here. You watch as he kind of leans back and pulls out some papers. Cynthia, here you go. Oh. These are more expensive than I remember them being. Thank you. We will be back. Yeah. Next. Oh, okay.
So, what's the word?
You see she's kind of shaking. So, here you go.
This seems to be the schedule of 4 different types of permits and papers.
What kind of papers were they able to get us?
Well, so they didn't really say. What they were saying though is that the normal rules apply. They did change the rules slightly. Visitors, there's only a certain amount of visitors that can go on one pass. So I think he was saying I could take 1 or 2 visitors on my pass as protectors for noblemen. Which is good. It's good.
1 or 2. Well, that's
But they still have to pay the visitors fees and such.
right. Well, that's.
But that also restricts access.
That's the majority. I mean, maybe like we'd need 4.
You had a nobility pass last time, Cynthia.
Yes. Oh, he gave me this paper right here. I'm going to fill this out, and it will give me the ability to get my nobility pass back. That's great. But I'll be off to the side filling this out because the sooner I get this filled out, the sooner I can get my nobility pass back.
Can I see that before you fill it out?
Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Yes. She kind of hands it over to you. So you're going to end up saying it has basic information on there, like name, date of birth, general description, last used, identity number if you had it for the city's permit, anticipated, the approximate or anticipated date on which you purchased or will be renewing, stuff like that.
Cynthia, do you think that you filling this out might kind of send a flag to the Lord?
I don't think so. Even if it did, I don't think it would be much of an issue. I am favored by the Lord, and I'm sure he'd be interested in my safety. At worst, but
Don't forget, this isn't necessarily the Lord's city either.
this is true.
Even if it's filled out and the form is completed, I don't think it'll even reach any sort of any of the Lord's attention.
I just worry about anything bringing in unwanted attention at this point. After
we've-
what just happened to Edward. And
We've already done bits of unwanted attention already. Let's just hope we keep it down to what we've already done. So, regardless of which passes we intend on getting, it's going to cost some money. Diamond
Yeah.
Pass is going to cost the most,
It's the biggest.
but obviously grants the most freedom.
It does, and we can get them a lot sooner with Diamond. As with generic ones, we're looking at the most 5-hour turnaround period to even get these passes.
Dishonest leaves and you put that. I don't mind waiting overnight even. We could say, oh, take your time, pick it up in the morning.
If someone could actually somebody take a picture of this and then put it in the Discord just so everyone can look at it. I think that might make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, that would.
I think Sam's got
What? What's your
Give
problem?
me.
Give me.
Give me.
Shouldn't. What tab would you like me to put it into?
You could just put it in. You can put it in general, I guess.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's already said.
Cool.
Well, now we have some things to think about, some things to look over. I think it's time we go back to our rooms where it's nice and comfortable, doesn't smell. We've already paid money there when we won't be necessarily panhandled again or even mugged. And we can kind of get away from everything of our privacy again.
While you guys figure that out, I'm gonna go to talk to Kibo.
I was gonna say we can talk to. We can have some insights.
Awesome.
Oh,
And the earliest work permit sounds like.
I guess I'll kind of walk along better. What's your friend's name?
Kibo.
Kibo.
Oh, Kibo, happy to see you.
It's good to see you too, again. How was your trip over here to Shadows?
Oh, Kibo did not like Trip. No. Kibo very unhappy with Trip.
Yeah, trip over here was not that great either. Did you run into any Imperials or anything?
Oh, Kibo ran into many Imperials on Trip. Yes. See, Kibo take path up through to Shadowstone. Kibo run into large size of Imperials. Ooh, big Imperials. But Kibo sell wares. The Imperials like things, shiny things, especially officers.
Yeah, we definitely ran into our share of Imperials too, but
Oh yes, Imperials have money, lots of money. Kibo like that.
yeah, I'm sure they do. Just a quick question for you.
Yes,
maybe
Kibo wonders.
even a few questions. We should have to know about possibly say an easier, more economical way to get to the city.
Ooh. Ooh. Asking Kibo down dirty secrets, are we?
I mean, I felt like I was pretty generous with you, so.
Ooh, Kibo agrees. Kibo agrees. But asking for non-papers into city, ooh. Specialty papers. See, Kibo actually filed for permit. Kibo have permit. Kibo renew it. Ooh, Kibo like permit. Kibo have trade merchandising permits. Good permit.
What exactly does that permit do for you?
Ooh, big permit, big permit. It allows me to go city. Kibo sell goods in city. Kibo make money, but Kibo pay taxes. Kibo could require employees going into city.
I was just about to suggest, what if we possibly become, partners, employees, whatever. We could maybe do some trading for you, or...
Kibo could. If Kibo has taxes paid. Kibo has taxes on goods. Taxes are not cheap on goods in city. Kibo be happy to, if taxes are paid by Kibo.
How much are your taxes, Kibo?
Ooh, Kibo won't know until Kibo submit paperwork. What Kibo knows, Kibo tells. Kibo don't lie to friends.
I do insight, see if I think he's gonna lie to us.
Sure, go ahead. It looks like he's being really truthful. Especially given kind of like what you know about him for the past.
How long will it take you to get your paperwork back?
Ooh, well, for merchant permits, they're normally going pretty fast. They want merchants in the city. Poor people get money. Poor people win money. Poor people spend money. Poor people go back to being poor. We need goods in city for them to buy. Or else poor people no longer be poor. Normally quick. Hour, 2, maybe more. More people getting into city now. Kibo no like. Weird. Good for business. But weird. Kibo thinks war.
Has there been a lot more merchants going to the city lately?
Ooh, many merchants coming in the city. Kibo ran into 2 on road. Kibo no longer see 2.
Well, I'm glad that you do not see those 2 anymore. But don't you think that with all the influx of people and merchants in the city, it isn't pretty beneficial for you to have more people out in the streets selling your wares and doing you that before?
Interesting thought from Kibo. Roll persuasion.
Please. It's a 9.
Kibo no need help selling wares. Kibo good at selling wares. Kibo get where he was selling wares. Kibo could use protection.
We could do that too.
Kibo likes competent warriors. Strong. Kibo could take 2 strong warriors under protection. If Kibo's paid, Kibo take risk bringing you in under merchandising pass and permits. Ooh, for those papers, Kibo take big risk. Kibo lose permit in city, lose all goods. Ooh, Kibo like goods. Kibo good sells.
Get 2 of you guys in. Once warriors, Third and Scorn, Elena, you.
Yeah, but can you exactly get into the city?
So reading it, sorry, I'm just gonna talk normally. 10 to 25% taxes on goods in the city.
Mhm.
So whatever Kibo sells, 10 to 25% he wants us to cover, which could be a lot, could not be.
Could, like, depending on what. Also,
Um,
turnaround rate. Or getting it. For the escorts. As employees.
Oh, as employees?
Yeah. Will be submitted answers taking 2 to 3 days.
Mhm.
That's the
So Kibo would tell you, I'm assuming you talked to Kibo. Kibo would say that the permit he'd be able to get you would be trade and merchandising permits for
Oh, okay.
It doesn't say the turnaround on that.
same day entry.
So same,
Or does it?
same
Okay,
day
sorry.
entry, but restricted to gate area and shop district.
Okay.
And he did mention the turnaround's normally like an hour.
Because you said as employees, I am.
Do you know
Impression
which
is
specific permit you have?
Just residential.
You can take a guess, I think.
Residential copper.
Cooper.
Oh yeah, did I spell it wrong? Yeah, copper.
I have the Cooper pass.
Okay.
Copper pass. Cooper. Copper.
Have the basic of the basics. I can get in and out. With
And you can take a visitor too, right?
I don't think so.
Worth noting, you do know you have to pay your back taxes.
Yeah.
Only trade, residential, and diamond can escort visitors. And
I can
Technically,
escort. Like,
you can have a visitor permit under you, but they'd still be under the same general restrictions as the copper.
yeah. So like I can still escort someone with a visitor pass, so we can still pay for a visitor pass.
Fucking Vivo's got a diamond. He can take one of us.
That's
Which is
true.
pretty pog.
That's true. I forgot about it.
And Cynthia's got a noble. So that's two. That's 2 passes covered. You are covered, and then you can take a visitor if need be.
Well, Vivo can take Elena,
You
and then
could take the-
Cynthia could take 2 people. So that just leaves,
Maybe not 2 people. That'd be stretching it.
Yeah.
While you guys are talking, Kibo's just going to kind of be sorting through his stuff.
Then
Kibo in good faith. Kibo like maps. Kibo know you like maps.
Sure.
Kibo give map a city to friend. Not nearly as big as Ohio City Pike, but it's a big city. Dramatically bigger than the city you guys just
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we could absolutely cover everybody as being kind of tag-alongs with other people.
Well,
Um,
actually,
Unless we also...
sorry, just 1 second, please.
As you guys are doing this too, so somebody could go ahead and take a picture of that and put that in the chat. That way everyone can see it. Oh, Kibo's wealth of knowledge about passes and permits. Kibo knows many things.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to... I reckon I don't mean to interrupt you, but I do know a bit about the cities and the districts myself, so I can help out a little bit if you need some knowledge. What is that y'all exactly looking to do while you're in the city?
Well, we're mainly trying to get into the library. That's right.
Well,
Forget what type of pass grants us access into the library.
if you are trying to get into the library, that's going to be a noble district. You need a noble or a diamond to be able to get into that noble district.
It's in the noble
Yeah.
district.
So, you go with Vivo.
If I remember right, though, the visitor passes give you the same information to the person that you are escorting. So if somebody gets escorted by myself, then they also get down permissions. But it's worth knowing I'm not losing my down permission to the master. So I'll exchange forms with their pass. I don't think the master's gonna want that.
Я don't want that either.
This is what has the passes on it. So
Alright, so who mainly wants or needs to go to the library? That will.
I definitely can.
Can you read?
Yes.
You so?
Yes, I can.
So maybe you
Ooh,
should.
Kibo thinks valid questions. Can you read?
You handed me a map. I can.
Yeah, but those are shapes and.
There's definitely a key.
Just to say you're not making it up.
Kibo like this one. Kibo writes. Kibo thinks. Ooh.
I can definitely read everything on the key.
What's that word?
What are you pointing
What does that say?
Kibo writes. Kibo writes.
at? Which one are you pointing at? Which one? Come on.
Kibo, you're kind of spunky. I like you.
That does you like pointed at for like a second.
Ooh, Kibo like you. Kibo had a good sense of people.
Which one?
Kibo think you a good person. Kibo
Number
like
10.
good people.
Scale
Well,
Legionary's quarters.
I don't think I'm a great person.
Oh,
Never
Kibo
heard of that
disagree.
place.
Kibo think you great person. Kibo know he great person. Kibo know you great person by association. You think Kibo great? Kibo know you great. Ooh.
Oh, you've got
the-
Kibo's approval.
Got the thumbs up from Kibo.
So how about this? How about you go with Vivo, I will go with Sitya. You can go with our friend Kibo here, and if you can't get in on your own, you can go in with
What if we switch?
Sweet.
You and me. I think. I know I was being facetious when I said if I asked you can read, but I do know my way around a library.
Alright, that's fine, but
I know you can read, but I'm very well read.
that's if it works better out for getting information. So then
So we're splitting the party.
no, we're not splitting. It's just we are just getting permits to different people.
Then we're gonna split.
It's what I reckon that's what it sounds like. I'm just saying.
Or
Do y'all have any of the gold to be able to buy any
Or-
permits on your own?
could buy our own permits.
Because bear in mind, if some of you were to get a couple of them dime permits, assuming you had the coin, of course, and you could take your own visitors and escorts on your own.
I think what we could do, we don't necessarily need to do this immediately.
Oh.
We can figure this all out. Nice, comfortable lodgings that we have already paid for at the Dark Dirt Ales. Dark Dirt Ales.
Dark dirt. Yes.
Dark Dirt. Ales.
We could do that.
Because personally, I'm so repulsed by being here. I can't. It's either I'm walking through that gate or I'm going back. I don't know. That kid is still fucking wailing.
Okay, well, how long are you going to be in the city?
Oh, he'll be in the city a great time. Oh, even Warwick, he will think you stay here until Imperials come. Imperials have coin. Ooh, people like selling to Imperials.
We are going to go back to our lodging for the night, just to discuss what we want to do. I would love to meet with you in the morning. Let you know what our plan is.
He will be in city in morning.
In the city?
Ooh, yes.
Is it in particular area you are looking to sell?
Oh, yes. Kibo show. So Kibo's going to show you actually on the map. So if you look over next to the gate, there's an area right of the gate where you see like a bunch of kind of shops and carts. That's where Kibo's going to be.
Gates down here?
Oh, no.
It's like towards the.
Oh wait, actually we came from the ocean,
Nope.
so here.
No.
It's like right down here.
That's where I pointed first.
Well,
Okay, here. I'm going to come over there and make confused. Because I feel like everyone's getting confused. Okay. So, I think I asked you guys for that. So
You
you
did.
I did
guys,
post it.
He
Keep fighting.
did.
Oh.
Yeah.
here.
so you guys landed here. You guys went through here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I pointed first.
Okay, yeah. So this is where you guys came in.
Okay.
This area right over here off to the right.
We're just trying to make you think you're crazy.
Yes,
You can't read.
I can't gaslight as good as Alex does. So. Sorry, guys, I'm not as well seasoned at that.
I'm not good at gaslighting. You're just really bad at it.
He's really bad at understanding things. Like,
Everyone here thinks you're crazy.
Okay, so he's gonna be over in the market for that.
It's your problem, Shay.
Well then, however we decide to get in the city, I would love to get with
have
you
issues.
and possibly browse through your wares. So if you
Ooh, Kibo, get a lot of things from Imperials.
come across anything while you're in the city, or think of something
Ooh,
that
Kibo always come
I think
across
I would
goods.
really like, then you keep that for me. And
Kibo wonder, what do you like?
I mean,
Big weapons.
oh yeah, I'm very fond of my axe, and I did lose some weapons to some pieces of crap outside, but
You lost weapons to feces?
not to actually
Create many feces out there.
Oh,
I was talking
it's still
about-
around here.
Yeah,
I
there
believe.
definitely is a lot, but I was referring to the burglars that were out there. Unfortunately,
Ooh.
they used some magic, and I just couldn't.
Ooh. Kibo sad.
Kibo,
Mm.
do you know if there's a firearms dealer somewhere in the city?
Ooh, Kibo do know of something. They called him, Kibo think. Kibo,
Boomsticks, maybe?
Kibo think they,
Wand of fire.
ooh, cannon hands.
Yes.
Cannon hands, yes. Kibo knows them. Kibo might be able to get one. Kibo no, primarily made by Blighted Lords.
Primarily made or primarily used?
Primarily made. Kibo knows.
Interesting. Kibo, I have another, just off-the-cuff question. If somebody were to say, establish permanent residence somewhere in the city, but open up a shop with a storefront, have you ever explored something like that before? And the
Yes,
cost of
Kibo
that?
explored. Ooh, Kibo has. Kibo know it pricey. Kibo had looked at before. Kibo no. You're gonna watch it. He kind of just like basically hops back up inside the back of his caravan and starts looking through stuff in the back of his rummage. He's gonna be back there for a minute.
Say possibly Margaret and
I'm
Kibo
doing a
could-
cost-benefit analysis of min-maxing our passes and
partnership, possibly.
shop ownership.
Margaret and Kibo.
Hey.
Whoa.
You spoke.
Call it Marcos.
Marco's Pizza and potions.
Margos.
Marlboro?
Margos potions and
Ooh, Kibo knows. Kibo found. And Kibo's gonna end up handing you this sheet. So I don't actually have the sheet because I never printed it out, but I dropped a screenshot of it into the chat. So basically, it has like a general range breakdown of different houses and where they kind of are within the
This is agreeable. Okay.
It's agreeable.
This is agreeable.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can look at it too. So, like the general prices of things for
Yeah.
buying things. In the
Kibo,
city.
thank you. This is
oh,
very helpful. Thank you.
Yes, Kibo no. Kibo no. Nothing ever free. Remember, you owe me.
Oh,
Ooh.
Kibo, I will. Kibo, what do you have? What are you selling right now?
I wanted to ask that.
I don't want. Why don't we do that? I'll do this later. I'm sorry. I will find you tomorrow at your stall.
Ooh, Kibo like.
I'm
I've
ready
got
to
nothing.
go back.
all right. Well, I guess we will head back to our rooms. Kibo, if you happen to find or already have something that might, you can't say weapon directly, you let me know.
Ooh, Kibo right down. Ooh, yes.
Haven't we learned from the weapons?
What do you think? That is not. That's not what I'm talking.
natural enhancement or
Yeah, well, man.
natural weapon enhancement?
We'll just say anything for now. Discretion will be.
I mean, we did have a pretty good.
Yeah,
You wouldn't
well,
have
I'm not-
needed another
I'm
weapon
not
in your
taking
entire
anything
life.
From the cutting.
I'm just saying.
Ooh, Kibo curious?
Edard decided not to pull a certain stone or pull a certain sword out of a certain stone. And well, good thing
It
that
had
wasn't.
bad repercussions.
Good thing that would not have. That would have been bad if it was lifted off of your person. Say if you were robbed.
So
Kibo
I guess
curious?
it's a good thing that he didn't grab it.
Well. Personally, that's just me. Here you go. I'm sorry, Kibo.
Kibo,
My
Kibo, when you
nostrils.
fill out paperwork, no worries. Yes.
Thank you.
Cynthia, you're actually gonna watch it. She kind of like finished writing a bunch of stuff down on the side of the caravan and walks back over. She's kind of finishing up getting through in the line. Basically, all this is happening. She's gonna end up handing off her paperwork off to what looks like one of the Scale Legionnaires. Okay, so it looks like everything I've done is submitted. Fine. I know Arthur kept saying he wants to leave. I have no reservations on that. If we're ready, they're thinking based off the estimates, it will be approximately tomorrow, given the fact that the guard's about to be off rotation for the day. Are you wanting to file for anything else right now? Or? If not, if we get here first thing in the morning, it should be a relatively quick turnaround.
Like I might be able to.
Oh, I believe so.
It's probably.
Further plan our entry into the town. Excuse me.
Quick question.
Yep.
So, for the diamond permit, it says it's 500 gold admin fee.
Mhm.
Are you saying that I also have to spend another 100 gold at the bank? Or is that 100 gold part of the 500 gold?
Nope, 100 gold additional. 100 gold has to be deposited at the bank. You have to create a financial account with the bank.
Okay.
It is. Welcome to being rich.
But the interest rates are super low.
I'll put my money in.
That's why I keep all my money in a hole.
Alright, anything guys else you want to do before you start heading back?
No,
Yeah.
We'll discuss this later.
Yes. Shall we?
Alright, good night, Kibo.
Woo, Kibo happy. And you see Kibo just turns around and immediately starts filling out some more paperwork. So as that happens, you guys end up kind of heading on your way back through the city. You're going to end up walking through and...
We take a more well-traveled path instead of to anybody's certain slum home.
Yes, we can go down the main road where more footwork happens.
Alright, so as you're proceeding down the main road, you're gonna end up noticing as somebody's just kind of like pissed drunk walking out of this like they kind of like stumble upstairs and something like that. They end up kind of collapsing on the ground like just chuckling. So you're kind of like getting their composure and like grab on like a little bit of a rail off to the side made of wood, and immediately just starts like vomiting like just right there next to you on the side. As you end up walking a little bit farther forward, nothing's really gonna happen for a little bit, and eventually end up getting to a point where you see what is like a couple of kids just turn around, and just kind of start running and taking cover behind something.
I'm gonna just nonchalantly just kind of look to the direction that they were looking, or were they looking at us?
Nope, they were looking actually in front of where you guys are.
Okay. I'm gonna look to where they were.
So as you end up looking off in that direction, you're gonna end up seeing what looks like a group of men just kind of standing there in the streets, as what it looks like a bunch of them are holding like crossbows and bows and swords and things like that. Then you end up seeing what looks like a couple other people just kind of like pulling out of like a side alleyway.
They're just staring at us.
No, they're not staring at you. They're both like one's coming out, kind of like moving up towards them, and the other one's just kind of coming out of the side alleyway and calling. You see, like people are just kind of scattering.
Gang fight! Gang fight! Gang gang! Gang gang!
Gang, gang.
able to discern like any like markings or something from like the groups? Or anything
Sure,
like that?
sure. So go ahead and roll investigation.
Roll high.
Is that 15?
Okay. So you end up actually picking up some markings. I want you to roll history with advantage because you live in the city.
He's just stepping on your keyboard.
I would just type XC.
11 for both of them.
All right. So as you end up kind of looking, you end up seeing what looks like part of the group ends up wearing like kind of more like snazzy attire. Like when I say snazzy, like it's more like kind of Victorian style wear, but it's very torn up. You end up seeing it looks like a couple of them have missing sleeves. You end up noticing there's some holes in the back and everything. You actually end up recognizing them as part of the what once was a predominant gang in your area, which is Arcus.
Marcus?
Peaky fucking blinders.
Sure. All right. So then you end up picking that up from the other group. You actually end up recognizing that one of them ends up having a tattoo right here underneath their eye. It's kind of like it normally it'd be difficult to make out, but considering how big his is, it's pretty easy to see. You end up seeing what looks like an upside down crown, kind of going all the way up the side of his cheek. And it looks like the rest of them in the group end up wearing mostly just like black and like standard attire staying behind them. Like some of them are wearing like more colorful stuff, but mostly like a lot of black just seems to like go in there. With like a little bit of gold and things like that, just kind of being worn in jewelry and things. With your role, you're gonna kind of have a general idea of who they are, but you're not as familiar with them because they're not from your district. As they end up kind of like colliding here in the middle, it looks like everyone's just kind of beginning to take color. You end up seeing like one of these women just kind of like walks up next to you. Get out of the way. It's happening. Please, no.
Come on, let's get away. We're just outside of them.
How far are we from the gate at this point?
You're probably a good you've been walking for a couple minutes. You guys are probably at least like 5-7 minutes.
I don't know if we were about to. Be a very weird place to have a showdown. We're in front of the guards.
It would be.
All right, well, we're taking bits. I am gonna get out of the street, but I'm gonna stand and kind of lean against. Kind of lean against like a wall and watch.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of look, peek a little bit. I don't want to get in the middle of it, but I'm like, what's going on?
Okay, so you two are staying.
Yeah, I'm kind of going with them, and I'm just
Okay.
gonna have my axe ready.
Same thing. Okay. So as the three, come on. You just watch as she like frantically just kind of like goes off, slips in the mud, and kind of picks herself back up, and she kind of starts like going the rest of the way. So she ends up getting out of the way. You end up seeing is like one of the guys wearing more of this like very very like kind of like ripped up like kind of like formal-ish but like really torn down attire. I don't think you understand. You are not pushing us out of our neighborhoods and our people. You end up seeing like the other one is just kind of standing off to the side and has a giant crown, like upside down crown on his face, and he's kind of looking at him. I don't really give two shits on what you think. You're done. Your ring's dead. There's nothing that's gonna come out of this, Haggery. I don't think you truly understand what's happening here. I'm taking back my neighborhoods. You're not going to be pushing me out. Well, as it seems, you've kind of pushed yourself out. You wanted to end this? That's fine. Blighted Lords are bigger than you. But you know what? I'm a man of honor. Right here. Right now. Are you gonna say that like
No. Is that right?
Everyone's gonna say what here? What now? I reckon this won't be the end of it. Alright. If that's that's what you. Then you end up seeing the other one that's kind of wearing more formal attire. Immediately, just like take out this crossbow from his back, come out, and just immediately shoot it at him. As the crossbow shot goes,
Which one is shooting? I'm sorry.
the one that's wearing the more formal attire, gonna end up shooting the archers. So he's gonna end up taking a shot. As that shot ends up coming through, you're gonna end up seeing what is the other guy just immediately kind of like put his hand out and like grab the bolt, like right out of the air. Angry. It wasn't even gonna hit. He's gonna go ahead and crack the bolt. As you see the other guy just kind of like frantically trying to reload.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nat 20. I couldn't ask for a better roll.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a dead shot going straight through, immediately just like crushing through his skull. As you end up seeing like, just he could seem like just immediately start falling back and collapsing straight into the mud. As that happens, you're gonna see. Somebody take this from me. It's a damn shame. He's dead. Arcus is no more. The Blighted Lords owns all of the Blighted District. You have till nightfall to get out of the city, or I will hunt you down, every last one of you. All of you. I need you to remember one thing. It was a shame of what happened here. The killer and his men, the Blighted Lords, own everything here. Your protection comes through us. Your payments come through and to us. I'm done with this place. Let's go. You see him just immediately turn around and start walking up the side alleyway. You see the other guys are kind of standing over there, and the other group is kind of like all trembling a little bit. You see them just kind of like slinging their weapons and everything, grabbing what is like their boss, and they see like a pile of blood just begins kind of like going across the entirety of the mud. They're kind of just like pulling them off. They're all kind of talking with themselves. They're actually like walking back toward you. Just fucking take him into a ditch. We gotta get him out. We just get him out of here. We gotta go. We gotta get out of the city right now. Just go get your wife. Come on, we gotta get out of here now. As they just kind of like pick up his body and take him as far back as they can, kind of out of your sight. It looks like the rest of the groups ended up kind of dispersing, and people are kind of slowly making their way back out into the streets.
It's quite
Well, that just happened.
brutal. Sure.
I'm sure you've seen stuff like that.
Not to this extent. No.
Really?
This was a first for me, actually. I actually don't know what to take this. Wow. Holy shit.
It seems there was a new
Marcus.
game term.
Marcus is dead. Fuck. Okay. Well, this here may not be useful for it. I don't know how to process this. Okay, we just gotta get back to our rooms. Fuck. Okay. We just gotta go.
Sounds like as good as planned as any.
As you guys end up going, I'm assuming you guys are taking like a brisker pace trying to get back through?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're taking a brisker pace, you guys are going to end up walking through the rest of the town. Okay. As you end up kind of walking through, you see more of like the usual monotony of what you expect in this district. I'm not going to go through describing it all to you again, but just more of the redundancies of what you're experiencing as you're walking through. More of the smells, more of the aromas, more of the hideous sights and things like that nature. As you end up getting closer to the end, you're going to actually end up seeing what looks like a couple people that are wearing similar attire to what you'd see of what looked like the people that were actually kind of in that conflict over there that were part of the Blighted Lords. You end up seeing a couple of them in uniform kind of like standing off to the side talking amongst themselves. They kind of end up like giving you an eye as you're walking by.
Just ignore you. Keep walking. I don't even look in their general direction.
Okay. You You watch as he kind of kicks off the wall. Your protection comes through the Blighted Lords now. You owe the Blighted Lords some money.
I'm sorry. What was that?
You're Reginald. That's your dead fucking wife, right?
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to repeat yourself again, friend.
You're Reginald. That's your dead fucking wife. You owe the Blighted Lords 3 gold pieces. Would you like to pay those gold pieces? We own your territory now.
It means getting your sorry ass look of a face out of mine. Yes.
Oh, you should be happy about this. We're protecting you now from the Scalar Legion. You know they're coming through and destroying people's homes. They won't dare meddle with any one of the Blighted Lords. Now, you could think we're scum. That's fine. Isn't your neighbor's son a part of us now? You should be happy. You have more connections. Pay up.
And I keep walking.
Always a pleasure, Reginald. Always a pleasure. Looking forward to many more. That up. You're gonna watch it, and one of them ends up picking it up. Okay. Right, and you guys end up making the rest of your way back over to the tavern.
Wow.
Okay. So you guys end up making your way inside, and you guys all are safely inside the tavern now. What do you want to do?
Yeah. Can you eat though?
Well, I go up to
I don't think you can eat for like a day. That's just
So we got the luxury rooms.
yeah, we get the 3 suites.
I'm actually gonna go up and go for it.
I'm gonna draw a bath.
You go up to her drop bath. So you went up to your room already. Okay. Or we'll get to you. What do you guys want to do?
Probably go grab some food and then go up to the room.
Okay. When it comes down to dining at this establishment.
Dr. Ailes.
Dr.
Dr. Ailes. Roger Ailes.
All right, so you guys can do like more of a. It's gonna be a little bit more expensive for like a later night meal, but it's gonna be turkey scraps. So it's gonna be one
Turkey
silver
what?
piece. Turkey scraps. So it's basically just gonna be like shredded turkey.
You said 1 silver?
1 silver piece. Yep.
Ooh, I take some turkey.
I prefer chicken.
Yep. So anyone who's eating will be 1 silver piece.
1 silver.
Right.
Right up.
So you guys end up doing that. I'm assuming hang up to your room. What are you gonna do when you go up to your room?
I'm just gonna go into the room with my companion Ezra and just gonna slam the door shut.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit and.
All right. Sounds good. And as that happens, we will go ahead and end there. Thank you all so much for joining us here at Millennial Tavern. Hope you all have fun. It was a very interesting session. A lot of good rolls. I'm not going to lie, during that shootout, I rolled a nat 1 and then a nat 20. I could not have planned that any better.
That's fantastic.
I was like, oh, nat 1. Well, that's cool. I can kind of showboat that through thing. It's like, nat 20. Okay, all right. Bro, it's I fucking love that. Honestly, I can't tell you how happy I am about those rolls. That was just it's thematically also perfect. But anyways, we'll be back at it again here next week with lots more action. Hopefully they'll make it into the city just fine and have a lot of interesting things and connections going on. So we'll see exactly how that pans out. But anyways, thank you all so much for joining us. This has been another episode of Millennial Tavern. We'll be back at it again next Wednesday at 7:30 on the East Coast Standard Time. Thank you all so much. Anything you want to shout before we go?
Thanks for watching, guys.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Every day.
All right, later, y'all.
Okay.
Check us out on Twitch and YouTube, Millennial Tavern. Easy go.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
I'm Paul.
I'm Paul.